I, Mangalema Morangtham, research scholar, Department of Computer Science, Manipur University, on behalf of the organizing committee of this webinar, warmly welcome all the attendees present here to today's webinar on National Cybersecurity Awareness 2021, being organized by Department of Computer Science, Manipur University. First of all, I would like to welcome our respected Sir, Professor W. Chanbabu Singh, Registrar, Manipur University, and would like to congratulate our respected Madam Dr. H. Mamata Devi, HOD, Department of Computer Science, Manipur University, and the organizing secretary and the coordinator of this webinar on the successful organization of this webinar. Now, I would like to welcome our speakers, respected Dr. Nazrul Haq, Assistant Professor, Department of Computer Science, Manipur University, Dr. Yumnam Premananda Singh, Head, Department of Law, Manipur University, and respected Sir John Ningombam, Additional SP, CID, Crime Branch, Manipur. Now, I would like to request Sir Professor W. Chanbabu Singh, Registrar, Manipur University, for the inaugural speech. Over to you, sir.
Thank you, Mangalema. I'm so happy this morning that the Department of Computer Science is organizing a National Cybersecurity Awareness 2021 webinar. And in fact, at the very outset, I extend my warm thanks and welcome to Dr. Mamata, the Head Department of Computer Science, Manipur University, and all the learned speakers of today's program, and on this particular theme, which is basically of national relevance on today's time. The cybersecurity has become a great concern these days, and this concern for cybersecurity is increasing day by day. And on one side, we have seen the technology is advancing at a huge scale. And without technology, people cannot live and people cannot survive. All sorts of activities which we do today are purely based on the technology and purely based on different websites and other hosting agencies. And a maximum amount of our personal data is presently online in different platforms, in different other agencies. And my own, personal and confidential informations are stored by some agencies, and they maintain it sometimes better than what I personally and we personally maintain our own confidential data. And if someone is misusing such types of information and the confidential data, then what sort of destructive outcome and consequences we may face in the coming days? We all know it, and we have seen huge crisis throughout the world in terms of data theft and in terms of security issues of national importance and many other confidential information related to personal individuals and also of different organizations and other research institutions globally. And now, what shall we do with relation to this national cybersecurity, and what should we do with relation to securing our own personal data stored by some other people, and how do we maintain our own personal data so that it is not hacked and used some other agencies and people for their own individual benefit, and breach our own security in our personal life as well as to the organizations that we basically belong to. And this is some of the concern which we all need to understand on today's time. And here, the Ministry of Education and University Grants Commission and all other the government organizations are purely trying to build an awareness among the people in different organizations, and also to our own personal and individual life. And in line with that, ministry keeps on asking how many such programs we organize in a year for creating an awareness about cybersecurity to our society and to the masses, and even to the university platform and many other students and researchers involved in our own organization. And keeping this in view, we just requested Department of Computer Science to organize this say webinar on National Cybersecurity Awareness 2021. And yes, today we have other three great speakers in this field, and including people from say departments who directly deal about this national cybersecurity issues in the state of Manipur. And this will bring a lot of benefit and awareness to the students and to all the participants of the university, and including the scholars, faculty members, staff, and all other students and the common people. So I'm so thankful to make me associated with this sort of program, and yes, for giving me an opportunity to say something on this inaugural session. And I wish the program will be of great success, and the deliberations from the learned resource persons will be of immense use, and to the students and the scholar and the common people. So thank you, and I wish the program a grand success. Thank you, ma'am.
Thank you, sir, for your kind words of encouragement. Now, to begin our technical session, I would like to introduce to you all our first speaker, Dr. Nazrul Hoque. With a long teaching experience since 2009, Sir Nazrul Hoque has immensely contributed in the field of computer science with many research publications and his teaching in various institutions. To mention a few, Rongya College, Kamrup, Rongya, Assam, Kaziranga University, Jorhat, Assam, Tejpur University, Assam, and is currently serving as an assistant professor in the Department of Computer Science, Manipur University. Sir Nazrul Hoque has specialized in the field of computer networks and machine learning and has keen research interests in the field of network security. Welcome you, sir, and over to you.
So much for giving a very nice introduction of me. So very good afternoon to all of you. I am Dr. Nazrul Hoque from the Department of Computer Science, Manipur University. First of all, I would like to thank the organizing committee members for giving me the opportunity to deliver a speak on this very important topic on this webinar on national cybersecurity and awareness. So all of we know the cyber attacks are, as registrars are very nicely explained, that number of cyber attacks as well as cyber crimes has been increasing day by day. Why it is increasing? Because we are relying on cyber physical system or internet or computer network. And due to this wide use of computer networks or cyber physical systems, number of incidents related to cyber attacks is also increasing very significantly. So there is a prime importance to understand what is cyber attack, what is cyber crimes, and how can make ourselves secure from the cyber attacks. Okay, so in this presentation, basically I'll be discussing about what is cyber attacks, or why people that means why people doing this cyber attack, what is their motivation, or what is the impact of cyber attacks, and how can we make ourselves secure with our some common knowledge of cyber attacks. We can make ourselves secure from the cyber attacks. So that actually what happened nowadays, this pandemics also enforced us to use the cyber physical system or the network system very widely. For example, in our online classes, we connected to the internet. For this webinar also, we are connected to the internet. Okay, and when we take online class, the teacher as well as other students are also connected to the online class, and this that means audience or whatever maybe the faculty, students, all are connected to the internet, and internet is a global network. It can be connected. The internet can be accessed by anyone. So the internet users, all the internet users are not using the internet for positive works, for good deeds. There are some internet users who are using the internet for some malfunctioning. Their aim is to create some problems using the internet, and that's why the number of cyber attacks is increasing for different reasons. I will explain what are the motivation of the cyber attackers, why they are doing the cyber attack, okay, in this presentation. So first, let me discuss what is the meaning of cyber attacks. What do we mean by cyber attack? So basically, the cyber attack means some unauthorized access of our computer system. We are using our computer system or mobile phones or computer networks or internet. If some person, without our knowledge, without taking permission from me or from us, if the person enters to our system, and then if the person performs some malicious activity on my system, then we can say that some forms of cyber attack has occurred. And what is their intention? Actually, the aim of the cyber attack is to disable, disrupt, and destroy or control the computer system. If some person, without my permission, he doesn't have the authority to enter in my system, in my computer system, or in computer networks, or in some mobile phone, but somehow he is a very well-known person. He knows how to crack the security of my system, and with his intelligence, if somehow he can break the security system of my system, then the person can perform some malicious malfunctioning of my system, and as a result, my system may be crash, or the person may steal some very sensitive information from my system. So the basic aim of such an attacker is to disable the system or disrupt the system or whatever functionality is going on. The attacker may try to disrupt this functionality, or the attacker may destroy some sensible information from my system, and finally, that means the attacker may control the whole system. That means, although I am thinking that the system is controlled by me, no, if my system is compromised, then some other person, some other attacker is controlling the whole system without my knowledge. And interestingly, in many cases, even we don't know, although we are using the computer system or the network, but we don't know that I am compromised. My system is used by some other person. And that happens especially in case of mobile phones. In mobile phones, that means our mobile phones may be a part of some botnet. I'll explain what is botnet or those things. That means we are using our mobile phones for our daily life activities, including our marketing, social networking use, and in some other activities also. Basically, we are doing our mobile phone. Okay, so if my mobile phone is compromised, then it may be a part of some attacker's network. If my mobile phone is a part of the attacker network, then so many malicious activity, cyber crimes may be performed by the mobile phone, but that information is not known to me. I am not aware of that my mobile phone is a part of some attack network, or that means that mobile phone is used by some other person. Okay, and interestingly, the cyber attack can be performed by any person, any individual from any place of the world. Some attacker is sitting in some corner of the world, and he is trying to launch some cyber attack with his great knowledge. He is a well-trained person how to perform cyber attacks, and using this attack strategy, using his attack strategy planning, he can perform some cyber attacks on my system or your system or mobile phones or any network or internet or web server, website, anywhere. Okay, and if the person that are involved in performing the cyber attacks, those persons are basically called cyber criminals. They are known as cyber criminals because they are doing some sort of malfunctioning, some sort of crimes, and that's why they are known as cyber crimes. And very well-known terminology of cyber criminals are called hackers. Basically, this type of cyber activities, cyber crime activities are performed by hackers, or they are known as bad actors or threat. Now, the word cyber means it is a wide range of technology that includes our system or network or whatever applications or programs we are using, and the data. Data is most important. So if somebody wants to access my sensible data, very informative data that I have stored in my system, then we can say that that means in my system or in my data, some cyber attack has occurred. And attack means unauthorized malicious activity performed on the system, as I have already mentioned. And related to the cyber attacks, there is a major concern of security. So security is the prime concern. If we can provide the security to our system, then that is well and good. Okay, security means somehow if we can protect the system or the data or the program, then we can say that our system or the data or the program is secure. No one can able to perform any malicious activity easily. So security is the prime concern. We have to be very careful when we are using our networks or computer or mobile phone. First of all, we have to ensure that our system is very secure so that other person cannot easily access our system. So why people or the attacker or the bad actors or hackers try to perform cyber attack? There are basically three motivations of the attacker. That means the financial gain, disruption or revenge, and cyber war. So financial gain means the attacker is doing or the hackers are doing their job. Their job is that they are trained, they are getting knowledge to perform cyber attack. That's why they are well trained. They know how to break the security of a system, security of the network, and they have gained lots of knowledge. And their main motivation is that if somehow the hackers or the attacker can access one network or my personal laptop or desktop or mobile phone, and then the attacker can easily access the sensitive information from my system. And if he accesses the sensitive information, then next day the attacker will ask me some money. If you want back the data, give me this amount of money and I will return you back the data. And only for financial gain. Their aim is that they will try to gain some money from the victim. And this type of attack is very common in some well-known company. In every day, we generally get this type of news that Facebook is hacked, Twitter account is hacked, some multinational web server is hacked. Why they hack? Because the hacker is doing their job. Somehow they are trying to compromise the server of a well-known company, and if the attacker is successful to access their server, then they will steal their valuable information. And in return, the company must have to pay huge amount of money to the attacker. And for that financial gain only, the attacker is doing this type of cyber attacks. Similarly, the attacker may get the customer credit card number. If somehow, if I am not very secure, I use my credit card number in any online shopping website, and somehow from the online shopping website, if the attacker gets my credit card details, including my credentials, then he or she, the attacker, can easily use my credentials for getting the money from my account. Okay, so we should be very careful when we are using the online marketing or when we are visiting the online marketing sites. If they are not reliable, don't go to visit those type of online marketing sites. The second is the disruption and revenge. Many times the attacker launches attacks specifically to create some chaos or confusion or discontent or frustration or mistrust. For example, suppose I am running a business. I have a company, and that is very new company, and I have seen that another company which is very compatible to me, their business is very good. People rely on those on that type of company. So my company is not getting popularity. So what I can do, I'll contact to some hacker. I know some hackers. I'll contact to hackers, and if hacker can perform some malicious activity on their website, okay, or if the hacker can access or hack their net, that means server or the website, then the people may not believe the security of that other website. And next day, that means in newspaper, that news will come that this website is hacked by these different hackers, and people are losing this amount of money, those things. And when the news comes to the newspaper, then okay, my job is success. I have shown that the other company is not very reliable. We cannot believe them. So that type of revenge or some disruption is generally created on different websites by the hackers. And third important is cyber warfare. Basically, the cyber warfare occurs among different countries. They execute attacks against other countries as part of ongoing political, economical, or social disputes. One country can take revenge to another country by launching some cyber war. Okay, they use their own hacker networks. The country has some hacker networks, and with the help of the hacker networks, they can perform the cyber attack. Apart from these three motivation or the aim of attacker, there is another that means another aim that is called for fun. That means many young fellow, they are learning how to hack, and as for fun, what they do, they try to hack some website, and if they are successful, they feel enjoy, and for fun only they are doing the cyber attack. Okay, so this type of motivations are very common. Okay, so now due to the wide applications of cyber physical system as well as internet, number of cyber attacks are also increasing very significantly. From this statistics graph, if we observe, as compared to 2009, the cyber attacks is very significantly increased in 2018 and later also in 2019, 2020, 2021 also. I don't have that records to show, but up to 2018, if we observe the attack statistics or a number of attacks in millions is increasing very significantly. And due to these cyber attacks, the loss or damage in our economy is also very significant. If we observe in the right graph, in 2020, more than 20 billions of money has been wasted due to cyber attack. And that's why our governments is also giving so many importance to curb the cyber attack. And basically the companies, well-known companies, they invest lots of money to make the whole system more secure, so that people can rely on those companies. As explained by our registrar sir, if we keep our data among ourselves, then the data may not be safe, because we are not investing lots of money to make our system secure, or we are not investing money to make our mobile phone more secure. But if I want to save my data securely in some other place, like in cloud, then we feel that our system is very secure. That means our data is very secure. All right. So to store the data securely in suppose cloud, we believe that that cloud provider, they have strong security mechanism, and that's why we are believing them that if I store the data on cloud, then data will be safe. Okay. So the number of crime attacks, that means cyber attacks, is also increasing in India. From this graph, taken from this source of this graph is National Crime Records Bureau of India, as reported by the Crime Records Bureau of India, the number of cyber attacks in 2018 is more than 27,000 in 1 year as compared to 2010. Okay, so there is a prime importance to understand what is cyber attack and how can we safeguard our data or the system from cyber attacks. Okay, so the cyber security is the most important area to understand. How can we make our system more secure? So cyber security is the process of protecting internet connected systems such as computer, server, mobile phones, electronic systems, networks, and data from malicious attacks or activity. Okay, somehow if we can protect our data or the system on mobile phones so that other persons cannot access or can perform malicious activity on the system, then we can say that our system is secure. Okay, so it is known as a set of technologies, processes, or practices aimed at preventing attack, theft, damage, modification, unauthorized access to network, devices, programs, or data. And the main aim of the security is to secure the computing resources. If I can make my computing resources secure, then I can say that my system is secured from cyber attacks. So the main principle of security, there are three main principles. One is called confidentiality, integrity, and authentication. With the help of these three parameters, we can make our system secure. The confidentiality means, suppose if I send some data, suppose A wants to send a check of rupees 1,000 billion to B. $1,000 A wants to send to B. Now the confidentiality property says that when you are transmitting the money from your account to another account, from A's account to B's account, the system, whatever system you are using to transfer the money, the system must ensure that the money will be received by B only, not by any other person. If the system ensures that the money will be received by B only, then it satisfies the confidentiality property. The second most important is the integrity. Integrity means when A sends $1,000 to B, during transmission from A's account to B's account, no third person in the communication, in between the communication, no third person has the right to alter the or access the information and then alter. During transmission, if some third person access that message and alter it, then the integrity property will be violated. And if the integrity, this is the most important property of security. If the integrity property is violated, then nobody will believe the system. And that's why nobody will try to use that type of system. The third most important is authentication. That means when we receive that amount of money, the system ensures that only by A the amount is transferred to B, not by others. Only by A the amount is transferred. So if it provides this type of principles, parameters of security, then the system is reliable. We can rely on the system and we can use the system. Now I am coming to some common cyber attacks that is generally occurs basically in multinational companies or some well-known websites. But this type of this type of common cybersecurity attacks are also occurred in our systems also without our knowledge, but the attacker will not gain profits, significant profits from us. That's why they target only well-known companies, websites, or the server or network. Okay, first one is malware. It's a very well-known term in computer science. Okay, so malware means a piece of program that is called an attack program, you can say. And if the program is somehow entered to our system, then the program will control my system, or it can perform some malfunctioning in the system, malicious activities in the system. And how the malware can enter to my system? Basically, it uses a vulnerability to breach a network where the user clicks a planted dangerous link or email attachment. This is a common way. Okay, generally we receive lots of mail, and there are some mail we are not known that the source of the sender or the identity of the sender. The sender is sending a mail, and simply when we open the link or the mail, there will be some links, and if I click the links, then the malware program may be executed in my system. That means the attacker always try to make us fool by different way, different advertisement. That means greedy advertisement they may publish in the mail, or many times that means the attacker sends some offer to us that your mobile phone, your email has earned $1 billion. And once I receive that message, I will become very greedy. And if the attacker can make me greedy, then I am exposed to him. I'll click the link, and once I click the link, then definitely the attack program will be executed in the system, and that will work as a malware. And there are different variants of malware, different types of malware, like virus, Trojan, worms, ransomware, spyware. So virus, already we face virus problem. Okay, they infect an application. Once it enters to my system, and then it replicates itself from one application to another application, from one file to another file, one folder to another file. That's where the whole file system or the folders they may crash. Then Trojan basically they sits inside my computer in a hidden way. They will not replicate itself. They will not do anything. But once it can enters in my system, the Trojan will steal my sensitive information, and after getting the sensitive information, the Trojan will pass those information to the actual attacker. Basically, the Trojan is sitting in my computer and sending valuable information to other person known as the attacker. Then worm means that means worms are often installed through email. Many times when we open the email, unknown email, then with the email attachment, there will be some worm.
Hello, Dr. Nazrul, please share your slide.
Is it visible now? Madam?
Yes, sir, it is visible.
Yes, it is visible and readable also.
Okay, fine. So the another form of malware is called ransomware. So ransomware is a very dangerous malware. If it enters in my system, then what it will do, it will encrypt. That means one program will be executed in my system, and if the system is if the program is executed in my system, then whole folders, files, everything will be encrypted. And once all the files and folders are encrypted, I will not be able to open those things. That means the ransomware has performed its tasks, it encrypts everything, and I will not be able to open anything in my computer. So then the person, that means without his actual identity, he will try to communicate me, and he will ask me some money. If I pay the money, then the attacker will send the decryption mechanism. The decryption function or the decryption key will be sent to me in my mobile phones or somewhere. Then with the help of the decryption key, I can perform the decryption of my system. So this ransomware attacks is increasing in from 2019 itself. The ransomware attacks is increasing very significantly. So many researchers are going on to detect and protect from the ransomware attacks. Then the last one is spyware. Spyware, basically we know this term, and it's once it installed in my system, it will try to collect the user information, browsing information, or some sensitive data, and those data will be sent to some remote users. All right. Then phishing attack. The second most common is phishing attack, and we also face this type of attack. Many times we are also facing this type of phishing attack. So what is phishing attack? It is a cyber security attack that attempts to obtain data that are sensitive like username, password, and more. That means attacker will try to steal some sensitive information like username, password, credit card information, ATM card information, those things, once it successfully performs the phishing attack. And how the phishing attack is performed? Basically with the help of email, text message, or direct message. Then that means the attacker will some attachment to our mail. If I click the mail, open that attachment, then what will happen? The attack program, attack software will be executed in my system. And due to that, that means if the system in my system, if the attack program is installed, then the attacker will collect all the information, required information, it will pass to some other person. And phishing attack can also takes place via phone call. Many times we receive phone calls that your mobile phone has won this lottery, mobile phone has won this much of money, or also we get some messages. If we get such type of call, and if we respond, the attacker, if we respond, then attacker will simply ask, you put this information. And if we believe that call, and if we put the information, then definitely we are exposed to them. If once they get the valuable information, very sensitive information from us, then we are exposed. So never do such type of things. We should not believe some unauthorized call, unauthorized message. It happens many times. That means some person introduce yourself that I am calling from State Bank of India, and you need to update your KYC, or your card is going to be expired, or your card your account has owned this much of money. So that type of false claim they may perform, and if we believe that, then that will be dangerous for us. We may lose huge amount of money. Then this is the scenario of the phishing attack. The attacker will try to send some that is message in the form of email, and if we believe that email or whatever the information they are sending to us, and if we open and log into their website, then phishing attack is performed. So we should not believe arbitrary emails or the offers. Then man-in-middle attack. So this is also very common in today's world. Man-in-middle attack is very dangerous if we are performing some online marketing, because people prefer to do online marketing with different sites. If the sites are not that means authentic, we should not perform online marketing from those sites. So what man-in-middle attack is doing, suppose there is a gateway and the attacker will try to match the MAC address of the attacker with the gateway IP address. If somehow by using ARP poisoning, if the attacker can match the MAC address of the attacker with the IP address of the gateway, then whatever communication you are doing between the user and the web server, okay, in between there is the gateway, as you have seen in the slide. The user will believe the web server, and the whatever communication is going to the web server through the gateway, that is supposed reliable. But there is some attacker who already compromised the gateway. How it is compromising? By some address resolution protocol poisoning, and if that is successful, the address of the attacker will be somehow it will be matched to the address of the gateway, and as a result, whatever the user is sending to the web server, those information will go to the attacker. But that means that malfunction is not known to the user. User is thinking that I am communicating to the website for online shopping. But in reality, what is happening? All the information going through the gateway is captured by the attacker. And if it happens, then you are lost. You have given all the information, all the credentials, bank account details, everything to the attacker. Then another common attacks, generally this type of attack is very common in well-known companies' website. This is called DOS/DDoS attack. Denial of service or distributed denial of service attack. Or it can happen through our mobile phones or laptop, desktop, everywhere. So DDoS means basically the attacker will try to disrupt the services provided by the website or web server. How they will try to deny the services? By sending some fake information. Lots of huge amount of fake messages or requests will be sent to the server. Suppose I am using, I am a client, I am accessing the service from a website. Now, if the attacker had a huge amount of traffic to the website for client request, the server will try to send a reply. And if the server sends the reply, and automatically the resources of the server will be exhausted. And if the resources of the server is exhausted, it will not be able to provide services to the legitimate user. Basically, the service provided by the website is denied. How the service provided by the website is denied? By the attacker, by sending some fake request, connection request. For example, here, if you see, the attacker is using a bot. Bot means if the attacker compromises one machine, then that machine becomes a bot. And with the help of the bot machine, it creates some fake IP list. And the bot machine will send some connection request with some fake IP address to the target. Suppose the target is the website. And the website will try to respond those requests. Once the target machine tries to respond those requests for the target website, those requests will look like a that means valid request. So the target website will try to respond to those requests, and as a result, the target request will send some acknowledgement. Okay, acknowledgement for the connection. They will accept the connection request and it will send the acknowledgement. But interestingly, those acknowledgements will not be forwarded to the correct recipient because those requests are all fake. But the result, as a result, the resources used by the target request will be exhausted. Finished. That's why the other legitimate users that are using that website will not get the service. The fifth one is the SQL injection. SQL injection means this type of attacks is generally done in some web server. If the company, multinational company, well-done company, they are using some servers, and attacker will always try to compromise the server. How the attackers trying to compromise the server? By running SQL injection. SQL injection means the attacker will use some query language to access the data from the server, and a very intelligent way the attacker will give some condition. If the condition becomes true, then the administrator, that means the database administrator, will think that it is a valid user, and the administrator will give you the permission. And if the permission is granted, then the attacker will get the sensitive information. For example, here in this diagram, if we observe here, first the attacker identifies vulnerable SQL-driven websites and injects malicious query language via input data. That means with the help of some input interface, the hacker will give the query, and that malicious SQL query is validated and command is executed by the database. The database administrator will validate the query, but the query, although that is malicious, but the attacker bypass the security mechanism of the database administrator. That means he makes fool the administrator, and very intelligently he has written the SQL query, and if it is successful, then the query will be executed in the database. Then whatever information it requests, hacker is granted access to the view and alter records or potentially act as a database administrator. Sometimes he may behave as a database administrator also if the attacker is successful. Then zero-day attack. So this is very common. Zero-day attack means for the first time the attack is identified. Suppose that means some developer, they publish one software. On the first day of the publishing the software, there will be some bugs which is not yet known to the developer, but intelligent attacker will try to find out the bugs or the fault of the system or the software, and with the help of the faults or the drawbacks of the system, the attacker can perform some unusual activity. So that type of attack is known as zero-day. For the first time, the attack was identified by the attacker, and the security patch is not yet developed for that type of attack. That means drawbacks. Okay. The password attack. Password attack means our systems are protected by password. So if somehow, if attacker breaks the security or the password of our system, then they can easily enter. So the common password attack is brute force attack. Although it seems very difficult, because brute force attack means all the possible combinations of character sequence will be tried by the attacker. Lots of, that means if your password is very weak, then easily the brute force attack can be happen. They maintain some that means list of passwords, and with the help of those lists also they may try. And if the brute force attack is occurred, then your password will be break by the attacker, and they can easily enter into the system. Then cross-site scripting. This is also very common in today's online environment. That means the attacker sends some scripts, injected link to victim. Suppose I am a user of some suppose Twitter account or some Google's account, and the attacker will try to send some script to me via some well-known those websites, and I'll believe that. The victim clicks on the link, I will click on the link and request legitimate websites. The link is given, well-known company's link is given, so I'll click on the link. And once the link is executed, with the link there is some malicious scripts, and victim browser loads the legitimate site but also execute malicious script. When I click on the link, the attack code will be executed, and as a result, what will happen? Malicious script sends victim's private data to attacker. I am believing that this is the genuine website, but I don't know that some attack scripts is also embedded here. I believe that it is genuine website, so I'll click on, and once I click, the attacker will perform its jobs, and whatever communication is done or what some information from the system will be passed to the attacker. The Rootkit. So in mobile phones, generally we download different apps every day. But if we download the apps from unreliable sources, then what may happen? The apps itself may contain some attack program. So if we install or download some apps from untrusted, unreliable sources, then I may be exposed to attacker. So never download any apps in mobile phone if the source of downloading is not reliable, if people are not giving good ranks to those sources. Okay, so rootkits are installed inside legitimate software and can be controlled remotely. The attacker then use the rootkit to steal password, key, credentials, and retrieve critical data. They can get some critical data. So rootkits are commonly spread through email, attachment, and download from insecure websites. If you if you visit some insecure websites, then and you download some programs from those websites, then it may work as a rootkit program. So be careful for that also. And third one, last one is Internet of Things attacks. So nowadays, this Internet of Things or IoT is a very common. People are relying on Internet of Things, and they try to use IoT for their day-to-day activity using mobile phones or some websites. They are trying to apply the IoT application, and this IoT is being applied in many fields like agriculture, healthcare, smart cities, smart power grid, everywhere. In educational institute also, there are many educational institutes, they are applying IoT, and due to the wide application of IoT, it connects anything having some electronic chips can be a part of the IoT network. My mobile phones, CCTV camera, washing machine, refrigerator, everything you can connect to the internet. Any home appliances you can connect to the internet. And if somehow the attacker can compromise one such devices, then it may affect all the network. So, and especially the botnet is formed. Botnet means, suppose I am an attacker, if I can compromise your mobile phone, your CCTV camera, your refrigerator, your washing machine, and I can form a network of all those bots, and that becomes a botnet. And with the help of the botnet, lots of attacks are going on, and those type of attacks are very dangerous. And especially distributed denial of service, that means flooding types attack. Suppose I have compromised 1,000 IoT devices, and with the help of that means I am controlling all the 1,000 IoT devices, and using those 1,000 IoT devices, what I am doing, I am sending some flood message to some website, and as a result, the website resources will not be able. That means the website will be hacked, or the services will be compromised, or all the resources of the website or web server will be exhausted, and as a result, the web server will not be able to provide services to us. So that type of attacks are very common nowadays. Now, after discussing these 10 common, these are the 10 common attacks. Now, how can we avoid the cyber attack? If we are aware about what is cyber attacks, then we can put some preliminary measures to avoid the cyber attack. So how can we prevent those type of cyber attacks? The first thing is that many times we get job offer through email. Somebody is sending some job offer to me in my mailbox, and I am very that means keen to or interested to get some job. So once I receive such a nice opportunity, definitely I will try to get the opportunity, and I will believe the mail. But if you believe such type of mail very easily, you are destroyed. That means some people always try to make you fool every time over the internet. The mail may be fake, the job is also fake, but the attacker will try to convince you that the job is the good one, or that is a valid one. And they will send you offer letter also without conducting any interview, or that means the attacker the group may conduct the interview, and they will send the offer letter. If you accept the offer letter, next step they will ask some money. Okay, that means those are the agents. They are working as an attack agent who are giving you some offer, job offer. But if you believe those agents and if you pay the money, then you have lost. So don't respond to spam mails without verification. Until you believe the source of the sender. If the sender is not authenticate, if that is not authentic, don't send a reply. Do not deposit money without appearing interview personally. First of all, you interview, that means appear in the interview personally. Then you can believe. with original company website or any job offer. This type of measures you can take before sending the reply of such a job mail. Then be aware of fake company email IDs. Many times, many people, they use fake company's email ID. And it is very important to verify email ID thoroughly without sending a reply immediately. Don't send a reply immediately. If you receive a mail from an unknown source, first you verify. Maintain mobile alert during email login. Second, security. When you log into your email, that means the information should come to your mobile phone also. Do not respond to mail which will ask for your personnel or account information, even if they are convincing. Suppose somehow somebody convinced me that that is a valid source. And in the next step, if they ask some personal information or account information, credit card information, never reveal, never share those type of information to any person. In any case, do not follow web links sent to your mail. If you are getting some links as an attachment in your mailbox, in your mail ID, don't easily believe those links or those mails and do not open immediately the link. Delete all unsolicited emails after informing to concerned authority. If you are receiving such type of mails, lottery mails or some bribe mails or some offer mails, don't believe those mails immediately. And if you are getting those mails, you delete those things and report to the concerned authority. Then most important is web browser, because we are communicating using our web browser. If you are using desktop or laptop or mobile phone, basically with the help of web browser, that means some connection request will be sent by the web browser with other parties. That means the web browser is playing the major role. So if your browser is not secure, then that is very dangerous. So always use a secured web browser to avoid these things. If you want to use your internet, that means the internet securely, first you use a secure web browser. To avoid your PC being compromised and become weapons to attack, use updated OS, antivirus, and secure web browser. Try to use updated operating system and use some updated antivirus. Install a personal firewall along with antivirus software. If you are using a firewall, then definitely in systems there will be some firewall, and you always on the firewall. Regularly change your password with strong characters combination. If you don't use strong password, then password attack may occur. So always keep some strong password with different special characters. Always use the latest updated browser for your internet connection. If you are connecting your system to the internet, then the browser should be the secure, updated one. And also update your operating system in a regular interval and never click in spam or pop-up links. Then social networking. We are very accustomed to social networking. Nowadays, everyone is connected to the social data. It may be Facebook, WhatsApp, Twitter, whatever may be. But most of the cyber crimes are going through social networking sites only. How? Because we are making friends. We don't know their identity. We don't know their authenticity. And in social websites, social media, lots of that means advertisement we are getting, lots of other contents we are getting. We are believing on those things. We are making friends, and as a result, in many cases, some cyber crimes has occurred. So always check the authenticity of the person before you accept a request. Don't accept arbitrary requests without knowing the person. Try to find out whether he is authentic or not. Never reveal password on questionnaires or forms or blogs or social networking sites. Many times we have seen in Facebook or WhatsApp, in Twitter, we get some forms to be filled up, questionnaire forms for different reasons. But if you fill up those forms without verifying whether that is authentic or not, and if you put some sensitive information from your side, then you are exposed. Always try to change default setting and make visible only for friends. Generally, in social networking sites, there is a default settings, and if you use only the default setting, due to the default settings, all the informations are visible to other. Anyone can see your profile, your information. And if somehow they get some information, some sensitive information from your profile, they may misuse those things. So it's better to change the default setting and make it visible only to your friends. Do not click suspicious link while logged in on social networking accounts. Suppose I have logged into my accounts, social networking accounts, and some unknown links are coming on by saying your account has get this type of offer mail, offer information we are getting, and if we believe those things and you click the links, then the attack program may be executed in the account itself. Do not share password and keep sensing the password regularly. Password in social networking sites also regularly, or that means in a regular interval you sense the password, and password should be strong one. And when you are logging to your, that means social networking site, use virtual keyword. This is most important. Even if you are visiting some marketing website, okay, and you are paying your money to some merchant, third-party merchant, always use the virtual keyword so that the keylogger cannot identify your characters. So are you getting lottery emails or SMS? This is very common nowadays. Never respond to email or SMS on mobile from strangers regarding online lottery or bumper festival bonanza. They are trying to make you fool. They are trying to make you greedy by sending some offer over mail or SMS, whatever maybe. If you become greedy or if you become fool, then they may steal your money. Do not deposit any money in unknown accounts without proper confirmation. Sometimes due to different reasons, some IT person, that means they will introduce yourself that I am working as a employee in the State Bank of India or IT income tax department, or different identity they may reveal you. But don't believe such type of identity over telephone. And if you believe those things, they may perform some dangerous activity on your account. So online predators, this is also common nowadays. Online predator means, so see, we all are somehow we are connected to a social network, and that means the children they don't know what is cyber attack, cyber crime, but they are very eager to make friends using social media, using Facebook or WhatsApp. And many times some attacker will say many good words, and they will try to convince the person that he is a real friend. And as a result, the person may ask you some sensitive photos. And if you believe that person, if you share some sensitive photos, then what will happen? The person will misuse those photos, and they will do some bad activities, and they will publish those. They may, after getting the photo, they may tell you that I will explore those type of information in the public domain, so you give me some money or something. That is very common nowadays. So the person who are doing this type of activity, they are called online predators. But if you are exposed to online predators, you'll feel guilty. But don't be scared. Don't fear. Just inform your parents that somebody has done this type of work with me over social networking site, or you just inform to police or contact cyber security person. Okay. Then be aware of online shopping. So when we do online shopping, we visit different websites who is giving a product in a lower price. Okay. So when we perform online shopping, first of all, the most important is that your browser should be secure. First thing, don't respond to phishing emails, links, as they may collect credit card, debit card, and many misuse information. If you link on those things, you are exposed. They may collect many information from you. Make your browser secure before initiating online transaction. And it's better to use only, that means always use the virtual keyword when you are shopping, doing online marketing. Check review of customers of a particular website or merchant. Before doing the transaction or before doing the online shopping, you just give an overview. You make a survey whether that website is reliable or not, how people are giving comments, review to that website or the merchant. Clear web browser cookies after doing transaction. There may be some cookies, you have accepted some cookies before doing the transaction, and after doing the transaction, you always clean all those cookies so that they cannot do any malicious event. Mobile phone security. The mobile phone is very sensitive. All the time the mobile phone is connected to the internet, and if you don't make the mobile phone secure, then it may perform some that means cyber attackers will get some opportunity to perform cyber attacks on my mobile phone. So be careful when downloading application from Bluetooth or MMS attachment. If you receive some MMS, then don't immediately download the MMS. They may contain malwares. Do not download apps from untrusted sources, as I have already mentioned. When you download any apps, first visit only the secure and trusted sources. Delete the MMS message received from unknown user without opening it. Somehow, if you receive some MMS, don't open it immediately. If you don't know the person, if you don't know who is sending the MMS, immediately you delete it. Do not share sensitive photos using mobile phone. This is very dangerous. If you share some sensitive photos of our mobile phone to any known person, it also. If you have some good friends and he is asking some sensitive photos, never share some sensitive photos using your mobile phones. Active the PIN code request for mobile phones access. Okay, you protect your mobile phone with the help of secure PIN, and for any operations you just use the PIN. Do not keep sensitive information in mobile phone. Then using credit card, debit card, ATM card. How can we securely use the credit card, ATM card? Do not disclose card details to any individual. Never. In online marketing also, we should not disclose the credit card information easily to unknown sites. Do not put credit card number untrusted sites during online transaction. Do not store right card information as a PIN number mobile phone. Never write down PIN number or password, ATM card PIN number in any piece of paper or even in mobile phones also. Never remember card details in browser. If you found to remember your card details in your mind, and many times we remember it in the browser, that is very dangerous. If your browser is compromised, then those information the attacker may get. So frequently change ATM card PIN number. It is advised that we should change the ATM card PIN number very regularly. Virtual keyboard. Use virtual keyboard to insert user ID and password during net banking. If you are doing net banking, always use virtual keyboard. And due to the increase of the cyber security, the government of India has initiated many steps so that people can know what is cyber attacks and how can we reduce the number of cyber crimes. For that means based on that motivation, the government of India has started many projects in educational institute in different places so that people can get the idea about the cyber attacks. Okay, according to the recent report by McKinsey Global Institute, India is the second fastest digital adopter among 17 most digital economies of the world. India is the second one, and India's core digital sector accounted for about $170 billion or 7% of GDP in 2017-18, and this is expected to grow to 10% in the coming 2025 year. So the economy is also related to some cyber physical system and their applications. The most recent attacks targeted our critical infrastructure sector, nuclear plant, space agency, and these attacks have exposed India's preparedness in cybersecurity. So many incidents has already happened in our nuclear plant and cyber spaces. Many that means other other country, they are trying to launch some cyber attacks on those areas, so that our country lost a significant amount of money. And that's why the government of India is introducing national cyber security branch so that they can handle all those type of issues. So this much is from my side. I'm stopped here. Thank you so much for listening my presentation, and this session is open to you. If you have some query, I'll try my best to answer and respond. Thank you all.
So any question? So any query, any question you want to ask to Dr. Nazru, you can ask as an open. So there is. So Dr. Nazru said that. Sorry. Please tell us something about, I guess, malware and how to prevent or detect from PC or Android. Does it work on Linux, OS, or no? So, Dr. Nazrul, there is a question, I think, from Racham.
Yeah.
So, good evening, sir. It says that please tell us something on Tragus malware and how to prevent or detect from PC or Android. Does it work on Linux, OS, or not?
Okay. So for
he's talking, I think, regarding of that Israel software where we can just make a call and all the data code record can be recorded. I think he's talking about it.
that is basically his question is how can you identify the malware?
No, I think it's not only that. There is a Pegasus, P-S-A-G-S, Pegasus software. Pegasus. There is an Israel, so I think this currently hot topic it is also in the, I think in the Supreme Court, where the Supreme Court will monitor this software, how the Indian government is using it. I think that is particularly concerned with, he's asking this. Text messages.
Can I see the question? Where I can see the question?
I don't know. Let me see this question. I don't know. Some Lystrom was asking it.
I have not seen the question actually.
So he asked, well, okay, there is a question and answer, sir. Let me see it. Question is answer. Where is it? Let me see. Nazrul, I think I've sent you some message. I think that is sent by one of the participants.
You have sent.
Yeah, to you, I think.
Let me check. In the website, in WebEx interface itself, no sir?
Yeah, yes.
I have
It is sent by Lystrom, Happy Lystrom.
his name is Lystrom, no?
Yeah. He said that how we can prevent this Pegasus spyware, whether it works on the Linux operating system.
Okay. Okay. Basically, see, we prefer to use Linux operating system so that viruses will not be easily executed in the Linux operating system. That is true. But the thing is that there are some very strong malwares like ransomware. If we use Windows operating system, then it is very easy. That means they are making the executable, and that executable can be executed in the Windows operating system. That is very common. Any malware will be executed if you are not using some anti-malware signatures in the browser as well as in the system, or any strong antivirus is not available. Then definitely it can be easily executed. That is very common. But you are asking about the Linux operating system. In Linux also there are some executable that can execute in Linux operating system. There are some malwares that can infect your Linux systems also. Especially the ransomware. Ransomware is a very strong malware that can execute in Linux operating system also, and it can encrypt all the file system. Okay, so we should use anti-malware signature for malware, those things, or antivirus, strong antivirus, so that those malware scripts will not be easily executed in the system. That is advisable. But always new variants of malware will come, and if your antivirus is not, definitely the new variants of malware may not be easily identifiable by the new, that means by your antivirus, then that you may be exposed. That is common. Is it okay? So irrespective of any operating system, the malware or cyber attacks may occur.
So there is another same question. We want to know about this Pegasus spyware.
What is Pegasus?
Spyware, same I think.
Sorry, I'm not too updated about the Pegasus. How it is working, I don't know. Sorry for that.
Oh, it is a spyware that is sold by the Israel Israel company only to the it is actually developed by the Israeli cyber firm, the NSO group, and it is sold mostly to the government organization and with their authorization. So presently, they make what we do is that they will make a WhatsApp call to a particular number, whether you receive or not, whether you pick up that call or not, thus you start recording all the details. They can start recording all the details of a particular that mobile number, where it goes, where to whom it goes, everything. They can take the photo of that particular device without knowing and send it to it. So currently it is in the Supreme Court that whether how the government is using this software in that body, but it is under review by the Supreme Court. It's in the trial court, and is going to the Supreme Court is going to manage how it is how the government is using the software, whether it is used to monitor the opposition party or this citizen, how it is managed. It is going to be monitored by the Supreme Court. This is a very what is called powerful spyware that affects the Android and the iOS software devices. There's another question. Is it a case of information the case when other app uploads the file account when I check or view? So there is another question.
Yeah.
From Puja Sharma, is it, sir,
Yeah.
is it a case of information leakage when other app upload the file data that I check or view? Whether I view or whether I check it, whether
No. Exactly. Information leakage means, see, if I keep my information in the open platform, and someone is seeing or observing my information, or he is using that information, that is not type of leakage. That is not a leakage. Okay. So leakage means I have protected my data in a good way, but still, that means those are very sensitive information. Now, I have keep my sensitive information in a protected cell, but the attacker is break that protected cell and they take out the data. That is called leakage. You have, that means somehow the attacker is steal my information. Okay, so if I keep my data in the open platform and everyone is observing, seeing those things, then that is not a problem. That cannot be said as an information leakage. You are giving those information, you have stored all those information in the open platform. There is no chance of leakage. That is not a leakage.
thank you, sir. So, as Sir Nazarul said that we must update our software, whether it is a Windows or whether it is a Linux or whether it is a mobile that we are using. We must frequently update the devices. So there is another question: How can I know that my device has been monitored by someone? So there is another question: How can I know that my device has been monitored by someone? This is for LinkedIn.
You see, so your device is monitored by someone. They're different. There are lots of software. Even what services you are running, which services are used. So there are some Wireshark like software, NTOP like software, and basically the network administrator as well as network attackers, they are using those software. So if you use NTOP, okay, NTOP, NTOP like software, then with the help of the software, you can identify what are the active ports in your system. Which ports means that some services are running on those ports. Okay, so and even if they know which ports are running, which are open, which are closed, and then the attacker can perform some. That means if the attacker know that some malfunctioning is there, some problem is there in your port or services, then they can use those ports or services for performing some malicious activity. And using NTOP, you can scan a whole network. Even see, there are so many tools by which you can launch attack. Okay, and you can see how one network is working. Okay, what are the behavior of the network? Everything you can visualize in your system by using Wireshark or some network analysis tool. Wireshark, NTOP, those things are available. So with the help of those things, you can visualize what is going on in the network or in your system. So if I send bank details through WhatsApp message, then is there any issues? Definitely, if you share those things now using WhatsApp, then definitely somebody may get in the middle. Somebody may get those information. That is obvious. Can I keep important documents in the gallery of mobile phones? So if you can keep, but if your mobile phone is compromised, if it is controlled by some attacker, then all information you have to lose.
So the best thing is that we must put a very good antivirus.
Yeah.
That is one of the best way. And as I said that the possible way of seeing whether I will be able to attack this particular computer is first we'll check whether which port it is of the machine is opening. So there are very open software where we can just type a command and the IP address of that machine, and we can see which port are open on that particular machine. That is the only possible way of attacking in the open port. And we can also check by that command we can check whether what operating system that system is using and whether it is updated or not. So, there is another question, but I don't know. I'm not sure. It's muted again. Shall we continue, sir? Madam, shall we continue to shall I give the let sir sir how to know that the website we visit is legitimate or not, even though some website possesses HTTPS. So there's another question: whether how to know that whether the website is
legitimate or not.
uh,
Okay, see, website, anyone can make website. There are lots of platforms by which you can make website. You can make you can give the website can give services to the website. But for what purpose you are doing your website? If you are simply searching the website, then that is okay. But remember, when you are visiting some website, and if the website is, as I have already explained, if the website is containing some that means unusual content or some links, and they are publishing some advertisement in the links or in the website that if you follow, if you play this game, then you may win something. That type of advertisement they are doing, and you before playing the game you have to put all your credentials or those things in the website. So why you are using the website, or why you are visiting the website, and if that is definitely that is not that may not be a well-known website, but for your own purpose you are visiting the website. But the thing is that when you are visiting the website, in somehow you have to make a survey. In Google itself, you can start, you can see whether that means website is reliable or not, or how people are giving comments on that about the website. Like when you purchase some item, before purchasing the item, you see the that means the review comments or the rating. So that way, there are some ways by which you can take what is the rating of the website. Okay, so with the help of those third-party software, you can check rating also. And if it is, if the rating or if the many customers are satisfying with the service of the website, then you can believe that one.
So that's I think that's one up. So someone asked about HTTPS. So if the website has got an HTTPS, it does not mean that it is secure. Only the thing is that once the traffic is transmitted between the web, between the client and the server, the web server are encrypted. Data are encrypted. That only means that. It does not mean that the website is a genuine one. And the best way is that you, as far as the shown in the slide also, and said that we must access the website by typing in the URL, not by clicking on the link. So, and another is that nothing is safe, nothing is secure. Only the thing is that the time factor, whether to destroy, to unload your encrypted method, maybe 10 years, maybe 1 year. Only the thing is that there is a time factor. Everything is, nothing is secure in this world. So, Madam, I think the session has gone very long. I think, Madam, I think we can meet the next speaker, Sir, Sir Dr. Imran. Thank you, Sir Nazrul.
Yeah, thank you
Thank you,
so much.
sir.
Thank you all. Yeah.
Yeah, thank you, sir, Dr. Nazrul Hoque, for enlightening us with your vast knowledge of cybersecurity. Thank you once again. Now, I would like to introduce to you our second speaker, Dr. Yumnam Premananda Singh. Sir, Yumnam Premananda Singh has given a huge contribution in the field of law with many research publications in various national and international journals. In his academic life, Sir Yumnam Premananda Singh has specialized in the field of international humanitarian law, international law and human rights law, and is currently serving as an associate professor and head of Department of Law, Manipur University. Welcome you, sir, and over to you.
Okay. I think first of all, let me say some few words, and after that I will start my presentation. Okay. So this, I thank you, Madam, for inviting me. I'm talking about head of the Computer Science Department of Manipur University, Dr. Ice Mamata Devi. Okay, Madam invited me in the very short notice. Okay, that is a good thing. Then another thing is our Professor Chan Babu already introduced about the subject, then followed by Dr. Nazrul Hoque. Okay, elaborated very nicely, I would like to say. Then after my presentation, another speaker is there. That is John Ningomba. Okay, MPS. He's presenting the paper on the cyber fraud. Okay, so most of the subject matters are overlapping. Okay, so before starting my presentation, I would like to know how long my presentation be extended, because this time factor also very important. So, Mr. Host, I'm talking to Sir Dr. T.S. Rupasan Singh. How long I may speak on my topic, because now it's 2:43. According to our minutes.
So we talk for about 1 hour, sir. Possible?
Okay,
No.
1 hour. Okay, then around 3:30. Okay.
All right.
So I will wind up in 3:30. Then maybe 10 minutes for question and answer session. Okay.
Thank you, sir.
Mr. Tiloksan, actually, I want to share one thing. Let me share. Let's see.
So you can share your screen, sir.
Okay. Let me see where I can share. This is a interdisciplinary type subject. Okay, this in the one side is cyber science, then another science, another is law. Okay, this is actually it's not only interdisciplinary, we can say it's a multidisciplinary subject. It's very nice to say a few words on the cyber security law. So my concern is law only. Okay, then cyber security science, they will be already spoke about by the Mr. Dr. Nazrul Hoque. Okay, I'm not going on that angle. Okay. So first of all, the structure of state organization is very important. We are talking about law. Okay, law is nothing. This is a manifestation of the power of the state. Okay. So whatever we talk about Pakistan, whatever we talk about India, America, whatever may be, the most important thing of state is to enforce and implement law. Okay, without law, nothing will happen. Okay, so here comes cyber security law. So protection of life, property, liberty is the paramount consideration of state. Okay, so cyber security is a part of the protection of life. Okay, because the privacy, then information technology is a part of life. Then cyber security is a protection of property. We are talking of intellectual property other. Then cyber security is a protection of your liberty. Okay, sharing your information is nothing. This is a freedom of a part of freedom of information. Okay, and the freedom of speech and information. So basically, all philosophy is around here: life, protection of life, property, liberty. So cyber security can fit into life also, can fit in property also, can fit in the protection of liberty also. There's the first thing. Then what we talk about cyberspace, I'm not going to that angle. This is the science. Then why we are considering here, because if we are dealing about cyber security or cyber security ecosystem, we cannot deal only India. Okay, this is the globally interconnected network. Okay, so we have to see about globally network of cyber system also. Then here our main concern is nothing involving cyber legal framework and related ecosystem in India. Now here, right to privacy is very important. Okay, right to,
Excuse me, sir.
I am repeating again.
Excuse me,
Right to,
sir.
yes.
Sir, would you please run the slide? Please start running the slide.
Running means like this.
Please
It's
run the
okay.
slide. Slideshow. Please start the slideshow.
Okay, it's no show. Okay, let me check. Expand. Where it should be?
If it is Microsoft PowerPoint, we can just press F5.
Oh, here. This one. It's okay.
F5 key.
It's coming. F5.
Yes, sir.
It's coming.
Yes, sir. Yes, sir.
Okay,
Now it's
okay.
coming.
That is, I always said this is the concern of cyber science. Okay, we are talking about cyber law. So thank you for helping that one. So next, right to privacy is very important. Okay. So what we are talking about, privacy is now is considered as a part of the right to life, Article 21 of Indian Constitution. And here, as a teacher of law, I am coming to one point, that is the Justice K.S. Puttaswamy case. Okay, that was decided by 9 learned judges of Supreme Court in 2017. After the decision, I think after the judgment, a lot of changes comes up in Indian scenario also. And now Indian government is considered about data protection regime. Then in the healthcare information regime, they all are changes or something they are considered about amendment in the Aadhaar Act also. All are, this is the output of this Puttaswamy case. Now Puttaswamy says this case say right to life also include right to privacy, and this is the duty of the government to protect right to life, right to privacy, and information. Very important thing is that information privacy is a facet of right to privacy. That was held by Supreme Court. So whatever Supreme Court declared is a law of the land. You cannot go against it. That is the fact. Then another important thing is that this is a duty. This case, Honorable Justice Supreme Court says this duty of the state to put in place a data protection regime, means data protection law in India. Because India is sort of data protection law. It's just we're talking of a lot of things, but actually we have no any comprehensive law and data protection law in India. Okay, so Supreme Court in the Puttaswamy clearly says it's the duty of your government in India to put data protection law, because this is against information privacy right. Okay, there is a part of the right to life, part of the right to privacy. So that's the thing. So this is the introduction. The next is the, very interestingly, we have one policy that is called National Cyber Security Policy 2013. Okay, and we already enacted law that's called Information Technology Act 2000. Okay, but we have no policy. And later on, we found that we lack a policy. Actually, it should start with policy. Law should become later on. Policy is a vital principle. Okay, but India, unfortunately, we started by law that is called IT Act 2000, that amended by 2008. And then only in 2013, we are coming to policy. Okay, that is one of the drawback of this concept. But anyway, at least we have one policy, then that's a very good thing. Okay, then policy is very important. There's a preamble there, vision is there, mission is there, important objectives are there, how to accomplish, how to get those objectives. That was 30 strategies are there, 15 strategies are there in the policy. Okay, so I'm not going to all, because just one of the very important objective is to secure a cyber ecosystem. Okay, that is the National Cyber Policy 2013 says one of the very objective is to secure cyber ecosystem. The another objective is just constitute National Critical Information Infrastructure Protection Center. In short, we can say NCIIPC, National Critical Information Infrastructure Protection Center. That is the operating 24 hours 7, and then no holiday, nothing. Okay, around the month, around the day they are working. So that is the another things by this highlighted by this policy. Then they are talking about professional skill. They are saying about 5 lakhs professional skill in the cyber law should be next 5 years. How much? I have no idea. Okay, then They also, in the objective, they also said about safeguard privacy of citizen data. Okay, these are some few objectives I highlighted. One thing is that to bring secure cyber ecosystem. Next is that safeguard privacy of citizen data. Okay, so these are the things. So that objective concerns of that objective of national policy on cyber security. Then very important thing is that I always said in the national cyber security policy, there was one institution, there's a National Critical Information Infrastructure Protection Center. Okay, so then what do you mean by national critical information infrastructure? Okay, there were not in the origin of that act, there was amended 2008. I am talking about IT Act, Information Technology Act. This is a mother of all laws in India, including cyber security. Section 70A, there was whatever A, B, C are there, there's nothing is amended, inserted later on. There was no cyber security provision under Indian IT Act. There was enacted in 2008. Okay, only 2000. Only in 2008, amendment included all those cyber security provision in the Indian law. Okay, Section 270A of that Act already there one provision there that is called National Critical Information Infrastructure Protection Agency type 1 organization is there. Okay, the center is organization is mentally already notified in Gazette. That's 16 January 2014, and this center is a national nodal agency in respect of protection of critical information infrastructure of the nation. Okay, and this section is related with another section that is already in the original form of IT Act, that is section 70. This is called protection system. Certain systems that are important for nation are declared in the Gazette as a protection system, and it should be protected by this National Critical Information Infrastructure Protection Center. Okay, that is interrelated. So the 70A and 70 is interrelated. Then what are the protected system that is given under section 70 of IT Act? Okay, so protected system means this critical information infrastructure is a protected system. So what is critical information infrastructure? That is the computer resource, the incapacitation or destruction of which shall have debilitating impact on national security, economy, public health, or safety. I'm repeating 3-4 points. If any computer system, if destroyed or incapacitated, then definitely it will impact with national security, national economy, public health, and safety. Then that is the critical information infrastructure. That is a protected system in India. Then Indian government is announcing which are the protected system by passing Gazette notification. Okay, and where here I am coming is that this system cannot be accessed by anyone. It can be accessed by only authorized person. That authorization also published in the Gazette of India. Okay, this person can access to this system. No one's allowed to access to this system. That is a protected system. Okay, this is a cyber security in the first instance in India. Whoever contravene, whoever try to access, then any contravention of this protected system, then contravening the provision of critical information infrastructure system, then punishable, that is imprisonment up to maximum of 10-year imprisonment and also impose fine. Okay, then there's no details how to protect and how to rules regulation relating with this protected system. Because of that, in 2018, actually we are very late. India is we very good. We have passed the law, but we are the one of the only in 2008 we passed one rules. Okay, whatever rules this is coming passing under section 70, read with section 70A of the Information Technology Act. Okay, information technology, information security practices, and procedure for protected system rules 2018. Okay, the detailed rules, how to do procedure matter, how to security practices relating with security protected system are detailed in these rules. Okay, so this rule and this information technology provision should be go in hand. The next one is the declaration of protected system. Okay, that I already said protected system declared by the government India through Gazette notification. For example, Tetra, secular communication system is declared as a protected system now. Then UDAI, Central Identity data repository is now declared in 11 December 2015 as a protected system. This I'm going to give you an example. Then it should be declared in the official gazette. Then who can access in this system can also be declared in the gazette itself. The next is the state description. I'm talking about national security policy 2013. Okay, that one thing is creating secure cyber ecosystem. Okay, they want to strengthen regulatory framework. Okay, so we need to do a lot of things here. Here, very important thing is that in order to strengthen cyber security framework, the national cyber security policy already highlighted. There should be national level computer emergency response team. In short, CERT-IN. Okay, IN means India. Indian Computer Emergency Response Team. Okay, that is a nodal agency for coordinating all effort relating with cyber security, emergency response, and crisis management. Okay, so that is a very important institution, National Indian Computer Emergency Response Team. Today we are doing awareness. This is nothing. This is a part of this team. Okay, this team under the Ministry of Electronics and the Information Technology. Okay, this institution. The whole October is observing awareness month for the cyber security. So we are doing this a part of that month-long exercise. Okay, so this is under Computer Emergency Response Team. Okay, so that is very important. And now policies come in 2013, but cyber security things we already added in the mother law that's called Information Technology Act 2000. Okay, that's a very important amendment. There's Information Technology Amendment Act 2008. Okay, this come into force from 2009. Okay, a lot of changes comes up. The course of information technology or cyber security is only mostly because of this amendment. Okay. So let's discuss something about this Indian Computer Emergency Response Team. Okay. I already said what we are doing, the program today is because of this instruction from Indian Computer Emergency Response Team. And this October, so whoever want to more, please go to their official website. That all area of cybersecurity and responding to computer security incident, all are relating with this organization. Simply this organization, nodal agency for cybersecurity or nodal agency for computer incidents or computer emergency. Okay, then I already said there's one section is very important. There's section 70B of the Information Technology Act. Okay, and now new rules comes up. It's called Information Technology Indian Computer Emergency Response Team and the manner of performing function and duty rule 2013. So how this institution agency will work is according to this rule. They are under these rules. Okay, they should act under they are constituted under section 70B, and what procedure to be followed, and what emergency response means, what manner for their performing function and what duty they have to perform. All are related with 2013 rules. Okay, so these are the function. The function is from the section 74, 70B for B means subsection 4 to section 70B of Information Technology Act. These are the function of that computer emergency team. Okay, Indian Computer Emergency Team. Collection, analysis, and dissemination information. Okay, then forecast and alert of cyber security incident, then emergency measure for handling cyber security incident, the coordination of cyber incident response activities. Then not only that, they are issuing guidelines, advisories, vulnerability note, and a white paper relating to information security practices, even procedures, the prevention, response, and reporting of cyber incident. Their guidelines, their advisories, their vulnerabilities are also part of the law. And such other functions relating with cyber incident. Okay, these are the wide function enumerated under section 70B4, forming subsection 4 to section 70B of IT Act. Okay, they have to do this function. Then another thing is that whoever provide information. Okay, CERT says this information is protected information. It cannot be shared. It cannot be accessed. And they are giving direction. They are giving advisories. And whoever not following their direction, whoever not complying with what the direction given by them, then is a punishable offense. Okay, that is very important. Okay, without punishment, I think law is meaningless. So it should be punishable. Penalty should be there. So penalty is also given in the section itself. There's a subsection 7 to section 70B of ITA. So maximum it can be 1 year imprisonment and a fine up to 1 lakh rupees. Okay, that is a imprisonment for violation of directions, advisories given by the CERT. Okay, then that is it can be imprisoned or it can be fined, can impose up to maximum limit of 1 lakh rupees. Next is I'm talking about cyber incident. Okay, what does cyber incident means? So cyber incident means this. They're already highlighted by our respected teachers from the computer department. So 10 incidents are listed in the IT Act. They are cyber incidents. They're targeted scanning, probing of critical network system, then compromise the critical system, unauthorized access of IT system, then defacement of website, all are already mentioned. Malicious code attack, such as spreading of virus, worm, etc. They are the cyber incident. The CERT will take immediate action. Okay. Then the continuation, attack on servers, okay, such as database, etc. Then denial of service or identity theft, spooning, phishing, okay. Then distributed denial of service, attack on critical infrastructure, then attack on applications such as e-governance, e-commerce, etc. All are cyber incident. This is the jurisdiction of computer emergency team. Okay, so they have to take action. Then this is about just linking with ITA and National Cyber Security Policy and what is the existing current position of Indian law. Okay, that is thing. So now I'm coming to definition of cyber security. How can you define cyber security? Okay. So cyber security is defined under Information Technology Act 2000. Okay. And this is definition, okay, from the act. Okay. Cyber security means it include protecting informations, equipment, devices, computer resource, communication device, and information stored therein from unauthorized access, use, disclosure, disruption, modification, destruction. Okay, this is a legal definition of cyber security given under Indian law. That's Information Technology Act. Okay, clause NB 2, subsection 1 of section 2 of Information Technology Act. Simply, we can say 2, 1, and B. Okay, protecting information, equipment, devices, computer resource, communication device, and information stored therein from unauthorized access, use, disclosure, disruption, modification of destruction is the cyber security. Okay, so that is very important. Then if there is a problem in cyber security, any complaint comes, who will adjudicate? That also given under Information Technology Act. Okay, and that I am saying that we have no comprehensive law. If we are talking about cyber security, we have to go to Information Technology Act, we have to go to specific regulator. Okay, banking sector is not under ITA. Banking sector go to the guideline given by the Reserve Bank of India, something like that. So now we need a comprehensive regulation, just like doing in the European country. Okay, so we have no comprehensive legislation. That is another problem. Okay, so there's adjudication officer under Information Technology. Also, there is the adjudication we call regulator under specific sector specific also. Okay, that is the thing. So under Information Technology Act, section 46 is relevant. Okay, under section 46, every organization and state government should appoint adjudicating officer. Okay, then also adjudicating officer, how to hold inquiry, etc. Separate rules should be prescribed. Okay, we have rules is there. I'll come to that point also. And it should be done inquiry, and whoever they think that they should be punished, then it should be if any injury, any damages to the computer system, etc., then compensation should be awarded. Compensation is not exceeding rupees 5 crore. Okay, this is under the jurisdiction of adjudication officer. Compensation up to the tune of not exceeding 5 crores. If this is exceeding 5 crore, a compensation is in the complaint, then it should go to the competent court. Okay, so that is the adjudication mechanism under information technology. Any computer related damages, then it may be, if they are demanding compensation, then they may come onto section 46 of Information Technology Act. Then if the claim is not exceeding 5 crore, then this adjudication officer, for every state there is one adjudication officer, he will handle. If it's exceeding rupees 5 crore, then it may go to the competent court. Competent court means civil court. Okay. Then we have one rules how this adjudicating officer hold inquiries. It should be under these rules. Okay, there are rules known as information technology, qualification, and experience of adjudicating officers, and the manner of holding inquiries rule 2013. It should go according to this rule. The next, I always say we have no comprehensive law. So, yes, we have regulator under information technology, but sector-specific regulators are also in place. So, regarding banking sector, I'm not going in detail. RBI is a regulator. Okay, RBI passed guideline, etc. You have to follow regarding this matter, banking sector. Then insurance sector, then Insurance Regulatory and Development Authority (IRDA) exercise this jurisdiction. Okay, this is a law relating with IRDA. I'm not going in details. Okay. Then about telecom sector. In telecom sector, there are a lot of regulators depending on the sector and subsector specific. But mostly telecom sector regulated is Telecom Regulatory Authority of India. Okay, we call TRAI. Okay, they issue TRAI recommendation on cloud services in 2020, etc. So these are some regulators in the sector specific. Then in case of security, SEBI is the regulator. Security Exchange Board of India is the regulator. They issue guideline. Okay, market infrastructure institution guideline relating with the cyber security operations center. So something like that. So this is we have ITA and cyber side, the regulators for the separate different sector in place. So this is the confusion in the Indian cyber security law. Then regarding health center also, Medical Council of India is the regulator. Okay, there's a law is there, Medical Council Professional Conduct Ethics Regulation 2002, and recently, very interestingly, this is Information Security and Healthcare Bill is in process. Okay, and I hope in the near future this bill will be turned into act. Bill is not law unless until it is passed by the both houses of Parliament and keep assent by the President of India. Then we need this because in healthcare, this is one of the very sensitive information, health related information. Okay, so all should be protected as a part of the data protection regime. Okay, so because of that, digital information security in healthcare bill is pending in Parliament. Okay, so Ministry of Health and Family Welfare is working on that deadline to approve in December 2020. Okay, very interestingly, Ministry of Health and Family Welfare approved a health data management policy. Okay, so digital information security healthcare is a part of that policy. Now the law is in process. I think next year or maybe in the 2023, this law may come into force. Okay. Then now, very interestingly, I'm coming to one more thing that is called personal data protection regime. Let me repeat, personal data protection regime. That's very important. Every day we are using internet. Every day we are exposed to all those cyber security problems. Okay, so personal data protection regime is very, very important for all of us. Okay, and actually we have no law on the personal data protection regime. Yes, we have some law in the ITA and some other laws. We have law, but not a act or not a comprehensive law on this regard. Very interestingly, in 2019, we have one bill that is known as a Personal Data Protection Bill. Okay, that is the outcome of High Court Justice. Okay, that I come later on. Okay, and they already placed the Lok Sabha, and now this is considering under Joint Parliamentary Committee. Okay, hopefully they will, with certain amendment, they will come to the Rajya Sabha and they will pass, and the President will assent it. Okay, so Personal Data Protection Bill 2019 very important for whole sort of this. We're talking about right to privacy, what sort of information, and the data protection regime. Okay, and it should be go along with Health Bill of 2017. Okay, so I'm coming one thing that's sensitive personal data. We have a lot of personal data. Among those personal data, some sensitive personal data should be protected. Okay, and the personal data means this inclusive definition. You may add others, but at least this should be part of your sensitive personal data. It should be protected. And this should be protected only when personal data protection bill should be come into act. Okay, your password, financial data, health data, official identifier, which would include government issued identity card, sex life, sexual orientation, biometrics, genetic data, transgender status or intersex status, caste or tribe, religious or political belief or affiliation. These are the sensitive personal data. Okay, it should be protected, but no such data protection regime as it is in India. Okay, so these are the sensitive personal data. It needs to be protected. Unless this personal data protection bill come into act, I think this sensitive data is not. Yes, there's certain regime of protection, but not this comprehensive one. Then every day, your cyber criminal, etc., they are breaching personal data. Okay, unauthorized accessing our data. That is called personal data breach. Okay, so personal data breach means unauthorized or accidental disclosure, acquisition, sharing, use, alteration, destruction, loss of access, personal data that compromise the identity, confidentiality, very important, integrity, and availability of personal data. The 3 points: confidentiality, integrity, and availability of data, personal data. They are unauthorizedly, accidentally disclosure or entering. That's called personal data breach. Okay, that's a part of cyber security, and that type of violation is known. So the bill, there's one institution that is called Data Protection Authority. Okay, we have no Data Protection Authority. There's no National Data Protection Authority. Under the environment law, there's a National Environment Protection Regime. Okay, biodiversity protection. But data, we have no Data Protection Authority for nationally. Okay, so that is the, if they are coming to force, then automatically this bill will come into force. Then this data protection regime will be very strong. That means centralized data protection authority will come up. Okay, and every office there will be data protection officer will be there. Okay, so data protection officer will work under data protection authority. Then the cyber security will be, we can say there will be secure cyber security ecosystem. I think till then there's no such secure ecosystem. Okay, unless until this bill come into act. Then this data protection authority, this also is a tribunal. Okay, they may settle all those dispute relating with cybercrime or the breach of data security. Okay, and there will be appellate tribunal. It may come to appellate tribunal. Appeal will come. The second appeal will come to Supreme Court. Okay, that is a legal jurisdiction now. Okay, after I'm talking about bill. Okay, bill is joined under the Joint Parliamentary Committee. They are considering the bill, and this bill is nothing. Is the outcome of Justice B.N. Krishna committee report. Okay, this expert committee appointed by Government India on 31st July 2007. Though we are better led, but we are coming to right track. Okay, Government India appointed Justice B.N. Krishna committee to see for the protection of personal data regime. Okay, they already submitted their report and they already submitted this bill also. Okay, that's the, I think this bill will be shortly will come into act. Okay, then now we are coming to building block of the law. Okay, what this personal data protection regime should include. Okay, this is my own analysis. Okay, there should be data protection should be there. Then sensitive data should be defined properly. Then consent regime. Unless your consent is there, you cannot disclose. That consent regime should be there. Then protection of children personal data should be there. Then community data should be protected. Then entries to which law apply. Okay, then what constitute personal data breaks? Okay, then data security means what? Then one thing we are how can transfer our personal data outside India? This is a very difficult task. How can you protect our data, this transfer to outside India? That should be the building block of this new law. Then we need to be some exemption also. Okay, I always say this is the state. We cannot give freedom means not absolute freedom. There should be check and balance. So exemption should also be there. Like security should be exemption. Okay, then research activity, journalistic activity, then some small entities and some relating with prosecutions of prevention, detection, investigation of crime. So some disclosure may also be permitted. That's called disclosure clause. So this is about a kind of one part of my awareness program up to this lecture. Okay. Next, we are coming to law. Okay, law means I'm not explaining all law because it's not possible to explain everything in 101. Okay, the taking on law, because we have one subject also, cyber law. Cyber law is a part of our LLM, Department of Law paper also. Okay, very interesting. On talking on law, first we should start from the Constitution. Constitution is the mother of all law here. Whatever act, whatever law passed, everything should be in conformity with Constitution. Then next will come act. Act means we are talking about Information Technology Act. Then rules, that all rules are there. The regulation, order, bylaw, guideline, directive, advisory, notification, all are laws. Okay, so law means Constitution, India provision in the first place, the act, rules, regulation, order, bylaw, guideline, or directive, advisory, notification all are under the law. We should follow it. The law means not only two things very important. Passing of laws is very simple. When law is fixed, it should be enforced. That is called enforcement. By police, arresting, the punishment, that's the enforcement part. Another part is called implementation. You have to implement. Implement means awareness is a part of implementation. Then you have to in place those tools relating to implementation. Okay, police should be activated, training should be done. Then there should be research. So all are part of implementation. Implementation and enforcement come only when law is fixed. Okay, we violate law, enforcement will come. Before that, a lot of implementation steps should be done. So enforcement implementation should be done properly. There's certain law that directly dealing with cyber security. Very interestingly, there are around 50 laws. They are also related with cyber security, but we are not aware of those laws. Okay, so they are conflicting those jurisdictions. Around 50 laws are there. They are dealing with cyber law. Okay, cyber security or directly, indirectly, and there are certain laws that are directly related with cyber security. Okay, then I always say there's that law, National Information Technology Act 2000 is the only law directly related with cyber security. Okay, and a lot of rules comes up under that Technology Act. Okay, this act rules mean they are passing under the Information Technology Act. Okay, then there are some other laws are there that are equally applicable. Indian Penal Code. Okay, suppose theft is then whatever may be, they're also applicable to Information Technology Act. Okay, Indian Penal Code. Any crime can also be is related with computer. It can be same with the traditional crime offense. There's suppose theft and the fraud. All are related with Indian Penal Code. You can apply Indian Penal Code section also. Then all evidence matter. Without evidence, nothing will happen. Okay, so evidence is very important and a very delicate and a very complex issue in this electronic evidence or cyber crime related evidence. There also you may come same law, Indian evidence will apply. Before the court, without evidence, nothing will happen. We have to produce evidence. So evidence related law will be handled by Indian Evidence Act 1972. Then Code of Criminal Procedure, all the procedure, what police will arrest, what is their jurisdiction, okay, then how judges will handle the cases, all things are related with procedure matter. That procedure matter will be handled by Code of Criminal Procedure 1973. These four acts should go together. IT Act, Indian Penal Code, Indian Evidence Act, then Criminal Procedure Code should be go together. Then now we are coming to Information Technology Act 2000. This is the mother of all legislation, in India. I'm not going to all details, just summing up some. Okay, some section they are important. This is the penalty and just I'm going through only section they are relating with cyber security things and the punishment part. Penalty and a compensation for damage to computer system is punishable under section 73. Then punishment is only damage. Okay, damage to the person affected. That is the. Then under section 43A, compensation for failure to protect data. Okay, data should be protected in every institution. The person who is failed to protect data, then that is the punishable under section 43. Okay, 43A. Sorry. So these are the things. Then residuary penalty. Residuary penalty means those there's no provision under any other law, and there's no any provision under Information Technology Act. Okay, then this Section 45 come into picture, and it will apply and it will punish accordingly. Okay, the compensation up to 25,000 rupees. Okay, that is the thing. I'm repeating again, residual penalty means there's no any section for imposing penalty, punishment part. And but still they're violating some provision of ITA, then it's punishable under this section 45. Clear? It means whoever violated information technology and rules and regulations met under the act is punishable under section 45. So that because of that is very important section. Clear? I am repeating again, residual penalty means anybody or any person violating information technology act or rules met under the act or regulation met under the act, then if there's no provision for penalty under any provision of ITA, it's still punishable under section 42. Clear? Then power to adjudication we already discussed. Then under section chapter 11 is very important. That is offenses under the ITA. Okay, tampering with computer source document, section 65. Penalty is imprisonment up to 3 years or fine up to rupees 2 lakh. Okay, that is relating with tampering with computer source document. If anybody tamper computer source document, then imprisonment up to 3 years, 3-year imprisonment, and fine up to rupees 1 lakh. Okay, the computer related offense is punishable. Punishment for sending offensive message through communication service punishable. I'm not coming to that. The punishment for dishonestly receiving stolen computer resource or communication device punishable. The next I'm coming to direct related with cyber security. That is called punishment for identity theft. Identity theft is going on every day, every minute in India. Okay, so punishment for identity theft is incorporated under section 66A of ITA, up to 3-year imprisonment and fine rupees 1 lakh. So here, let me repeat, if there is a fine, imprisonment or fine, means only fine can do. Okay, but here, imprisonment and fine. Imprisonment is compulsory. Okay, 3-year imprisonment maximum. Maybe imprisoned for 1 year, 1.5 years, depending on the case and decided by the court. And the fine up to rupees 1 lakh. And okay, then punishment for cheating by personation by using computer resource punishable. Punishment for violation of privacy, very important. Whoever violate privacy under computer resource is punishable under section 66E. That is up to 3-year imprisonment or fine. Fine should not exceed rupees 2 lakh. Okay, then punishment for cyber terrorism. Okay, most heinous crime, that is called, it can be imprisoned up to life. Life imprisonment can be awarded for the punishment for cyber terrorism. Punishment for publishing or transmitting obscene material in electronic form. Punishment for publishing or transmitting of material containing sexual explicit act, etc. The punishment for punishing or transmitting material depicting children in sexual explicit act, etc. Okay. The next is preservation and retention of information by intermediaries. Okay, intermediaries are detaining your information, and there's rules there. After this 6 months, 1 year, you should delete all those information. Okay, if they fail, they are preserving, retaining up to the prescribed limit, then punishment is there. That is very important. Okay, they are threat to cyber security. There is a section 67C of the ITA that contravention can be punishable up to maximum of 3-year imprisonment. Okay. The next is power to issue direction for interception, monitoring, or decryption of any information through any computer resource. That mostly government uses this thing. Okay. Direction can be given to officer, intercept your phone, intercept your mobile, and monitor or decryption of any information through computer resource. That is section 69. And anyone is unauthorizedly doing this thing. Okay. Any subscriber, any intermediary, any person failed to assist agency. Okay. So government can instruct, okay, intercept or monitor or decryption. And everyone, any person instructed by that direction should follow that direction. And he is failed to assist the agency, then punishment is given under section 69. That is a 3-year imprisonment and fine. The next is power to issue direction for blocking of public access of any information through any computer source. They may block can be done. Okay. And they instruct to the any intermediary, they instructed block your channel and website, and not blocking, then fail to compile this direction, then submit imprisonment and fine. Okay. The next is power to authorize to monitor and collect traffic data or information through any computer resource for cyber security. Even the whatever data going on the computer, cyber world, it can be collected or monitored. Okay, it can be authorized with any intermediary. If intermediary is not following, then it can imprison up to 3-year imprisonment. Okay, and the protection system we already discussed. The National Nodal Agency we already discussed. Then Indian Computer Emergency Response Team, that also I already highlighted. Okay, and the penalty for misrepresentation is under 771. The penalty for breach of confidentiality and privacy. Okay. Even the breach of confidentiality, privacy, web law, there's section 72 of IT Act. Okay, 2-year imprisonment and the fine up to rupees 1 lakh. Okay, the imprisonment for disclosure of information in breach of lawful contract. If there's a contract between two persons, person is not necessarily human being, the company also person, our university also legal person. Okay, there's a breach disclosing those legal contract without any authorization. Okay, that is called disclosure information in breach of lawful contract. Okay, then 3-year imprisonment and a fine up to rupees 5 lakh. Okay, then penalty for publishing electronic signature certificate forms in certain particular publication for fraudulent purpose. Then last one is the act to comply for offense or contravention committed outside India. Very interestingly, how far it can be enforced, this is questionable. But act says any act, if any person, if he committed a conduct, any act, and that is constituting an offense and a contravention, and then that involved a computer system, computer network located in India, then it's punishable. Okay. That means extra territorial applicable of Indian law. Okay, extra territorial application. Beyond India also this law will apply. Okay, but only thing is that that person targeting computer system, computer network located in India, then the person can be punished under Indian law because of section 75. Say extraterritorial operation Indian cyber law is applicable. Okay, that's the thing. The next is confiscation. All those material can be confiscated. The compensation, penalty, or confiscation not interfere with other punishment. Okay, I already said simultaneously not only ITA, Indian penal code is applicable, then any other law is applicable. So punishment can be done under those laws also. Okay, there's no, so it can be under any law can also taken into account. That is the thing. Then offenses can be compounded. I'm not going to that angle. Okay, so these are the certain penalty part under Information Technology Act regarding with cyber security. Then act to be overriding effect. There's any conflict between ITA and any other law, then ITA will prevent because of section 91 of Information Technology Act. Okay. If not only that, even the abetment means I'm instigating someone to commit a cyber crime or breach of cyber security. I'm also punishable because abetment is offense under ITA, section 70, IT48. Then attempt means in the criminal law, attempt is not successful, but you try. But if you try for some good thing, okay, fine. But for the crime, even attempt is punishable. Okay, attempt is just like a target. It's arrow. If you hit the bull, okay, commission. If you miss, attempt. So I'm repeating again in the information technology law, abetment instigation, encouraging is a punishable offense that's called abetment. Then attempt, not successful, but you attempted, that also punishable under ITA in section IT4C. So abetment also punishable, attempt also punishable, then commission also punishable. Okay. Then now I am coming to some important rules and advisories issued by the central government through gazette notification under the Information Technology Act. Okay, these are the rules. Information technology use of electronic records and digital signature rules 2004. Information technology intermediary guideline and the digital medical ethics code rules 2021. That is okay. Information technology, information security practices and procedure for protected system rule 2008. Very, very important for cyber security in India. Advisory on functioning of matrimonial website in accordance with IT Act 2020 in the rules. There's a one gazette notification issued by the ministry. Okay, they said Metromin website, everybody is disclosing everything in the Metromin website. They say Metromin website, whoever maintain, they will be treated as intermediaries, and all those intermediary rules will be applicable to them. Okay, it means anything do something wrong in the Metromin website, then who is maintaining the Metromin website, they are liable under Information Technology Act. Okay, that is the thing. The electronic signature or electronic authentication technique and the procedure rules. They're very important. Information technology procedure and safeguard for interception, monitoring, decryption of information rules 2009. Whatever interception, monitoring, decryption, their section is there. Okay, if China government instructed any agency, do it, you should do it. If not doing, punishable. But what are the procedure, what are the safeguard, and what law to be followed? Then these are rules relating with interception, monitoring, and decryption of information. Okay, let's go rules of 2009. Okay, the next is information technology procedure and safeguard of blocking for access of information by public. The public cannot access. Some websites containing some option, there's a block. The what procedure to be followed? Blocking of any website, etc., by access by the public. Then these rules should be followed. These procedures should be followed. The safeguard should be followed. That is called information technology procedure and safeguard for blocking for access of information by public rules 2019. Okay. Then information technology security procedure rules. The next, another important information technology, Indian computer emergency response team and the manner of performing function and duty. I always said in the section 70B of information technology, we have one team that is called Indian Computer Emergency Response Team. All computer emergency thing, a cybersecurity thing, this is nodal agency. Okay, then what rules do you follow in their functioning, in performing their duties? Then this should be elaborated by this rule. That's called information technology, Indian Computer Emergency Response Team, and the manner of performing function duty rules 2013. Very important. Another more important is information technology, National Critical Information Infrastructure Protection Center, manner of performing function duty rule 2013. Okay, whatever critical information infrastructure should be protected by National Critical Information Infrastructure Protection Center. Then what manner function duty of this center should be elaborated by this rule. They should follow this rule. Information technology, electronic service delivery rules there. Information technology, reasonable security practice and the procedures and sensitive person data information rule 2011. We have one rules there, that rules reasonable security practice and the procedure, sensitive person data and information protection rules there 2011. But this rule is not compressed enough. So we need one particular act as personal data protection region. Okay, that I have highlighted. Okay, so these are the certain rules that was published by the government in the Gazette, and they are the law of the land that we should follow it. So I also said there are almost 50 laws. 50 laws, they are directly, indirectly conflicting cyber security in India. It needs to be amended suitably, those laws. Okay, those laws are relating with information technology laws, land and taxation laws. Okay, then criminal justice system, law relating to international relations. Okay, then alternative dispute resolution law. Okay, these are the laws. Then intellectual property laws, symbols, then record and statutory laws. Okay, then trade and commerce laws, defense laws. So these are laws. Just I'm highlighting something. Indian Telegraph Act. Then information that is the right to fair compensation, transparency act, income tax act. Okay, Black Money Act 2015, the Prison Act. Then Arbitration Conciliation Act 1996, Indian Medical Council, Preconception Prenatal Act, Mental Health Act. Okay, like that we have almost 50 allied laws. Allied is somewhat similar. They are dealing with this also. Okay, and they are conflict with this cyber security laws, particularly Information Technology Act. Okay, because of that we need to amend those laws. Okay, these are things. And now I'm coming to last part of my presentation. Okay, long presentation. Okay, two cases very important. One is the Binoy Biswam case, 2017. They say there was a lot of debate on whether data linkage mandatory linkage income tax return with Aadhaar is a constitutional. And Supreme Court say this is a constitution. Then we cannot say anything. Then Justice Puttaswamy case, very, very important. 9 just ruling on the right to privacy, and information privacy is the part of right to life. Okay, so state is a duty bound to protect personal sensitive data. Okay, so this is the thing. It means India should not sleep, India should not do, India should act on that line. Okay, that is judiciary is pushing government India do like this, and no option we have to do it. Okay, everything, a lot of changes come in personal protection region is because of Puttaswamy case. Okay, then this is my last 2 slides. Thank you for hearing all. Okay, then coming to last part. Okay, conclusion recommendation. Then I already said section 70 IT is only provision in the Indian cyber law, the issue of protective system. I think it is not proper. And we have no clear definition of protective system, though we give a 1-line, 2-line definition. And we should look again, Puttaswamy case, that is the one of the, how may I say, epoch making case. Okay, directions are given to state to this personal protection regime in India. Then draft Digital Information Security in Healthcare Act should be passed by the parliament and should be turned into act. Then very important thing, recommendation given by the expert committee, okay, under the chairmanship of Justice B.N. Krishnaswamy should be considered by government India. Then personal data protection bill should be passed as early as possible. Then there is a lot of conflict between this ITA and other allied laws, so it should be, okay, conflict should be resolved earliest as possible. Okay, and the whole this regime we are talking about cyber security is nothing to bring a free and a fair digital economy, promoting privacy and empowering Indians. These are 3 objectives. One is the free and fair digital economy. Okay, you can do whatever you like in digital world, but it should give security. Then protect your privacy and empower Indian. If we are without empower digitally, we cannot be developed country. Okay, so free and fair digital economy, then protect your privacy and empower Indian. That's the slogan. Okay, so need to amend all those 50 allied laws, and even other act should be amended suitably. That is not my opinion. That was opinion by Justice Krishna Commission report. Okay, so Aadhaar Act should also amend it. There's some compromising our personal data regime. Okay, then we need, my conclusion is we need comprehensive legislation to fight and combat cyber security breaks in India. This need of our. We have no law is there. Yes, we have law, but there's a law for different things. That is confusing. Better to one law for whole cyber security regime in India, including data protection, personal data protection regime. And let me conclude by 1 line from the Puttaswamy case. Then I will conclude my awareness lecture. Okay. Formulation of a regime for data protection is a complex exercise which need to be undertaken by states after a careful balancing of the requirement of privacy coupled with other values, which the protection of data subserve together with legitimate concern of the states. I think there's a fine line I quoted from Puttaswamy case. Okay, this balance should be properly met in making data protection regime in India. Okay, so thank you all for a patient hearing. There's a 1 hour, some minute continuous speech that was already done by the other speaker, then followed by another speaker. I think our program is a very successful one, and I thank you all the listener. Okay, let me wind up my session. Any inquiry you can do now. Yes, madam, I concluded my lecture or my speech or my presentation.
Thank you.
Thank you,
Thank you
sir.
very much.
Thank you.
Mangala, you or Rupachandra? Okay.
Thank you, sir. Dr. Yumnam Premananda Singh, for giving us all the information aware about cybersecurity law. Now we will be joined by our third speaker.
Just give me 1 minute. Sorry for interruption. Actually, in the past session, okay, there was a lot of discussion, and one question comes about Pegasus, this and that. Okay, I have no knowledge about what is the software, what you. But legally, there's a case is pending before Supreme Court of India. Okay, and Supreme Court already give direction, and already committee was formed. They are investigating how far Pegasus is intruding the personal liberty or maybe the privacy or data protection regime, etc. So there's a Supreme Court direction is already there. Hopefully, I think the committee will submit report to the Supreme Court in the next hearing, and hopefully our data protection regime will be strengthened by the Supreme Court ruling on Pegasus case. Okay, that was my submission. Okay, thank you.
Yeah. Thank you.
Thank you, sir. Thank you so much. Now we will be joined by our third speaker, Sir John Ningombam from Manipur Police Service. Sir John Ningombam holds a BTech degree from an NIT Roorkela and an MTech degree from JNU Delhi, and is proudly equipped with technical working experience as a software engineer both in India and UK. As an MPS officer, Sir John Ningombam joined Manipur Police in 2012 and is currently serving as Additional Superintendent of Police, CID Crime Branch, Manipur. Welcome you, sir, and over to you.
Thank you. Good afternoon, everybody. Most of the thing that I need to present about cybersecurity, they are present by the first speaker, Sir Haq, and then the legal aspect was done by the previous speaker, Sir Premanda. So I'll be speaking mostly regarding the cases, live cases that were received at Cybercrime Police Station. I was at Cybercrime Police Station from 2017 till September 2021. Now I am posted in CID Crime Branch. So I'll be dealing with all the, it will be more like a storytelling type, the cases that we have encountered in cybercrime police stations. While we were at the cybercrime police stations before COVID, that is pre-COVID period, we used to conduct awareness program at school and college. We go to school and colleges and then contact some local like people also to conduct this awareness program, because the all adapts that the prevention is better than cure. It's all true in cybercrime, because cybercrime is as we know, it's a borderless crime. Criminal may be sitting in India or in maybe from outside India also. In Manipur also, the criminal, we have experienced that some cases the criminal are from outside India, and it becomes very difficult for us when we have the police have that traditional boundary, physical boundary system, and bound by the physical boundary. On that concept, it becomes very difficult for us to work on this going after the criminal and all those things when it's well, in virtual world there is no concept of boundary or the jurisdictions. Criminal, they are sitting can be sitting anywhere in any part of India and or anywhere in the world. So that traditional boundary system is gone in that thing, and that's why cybercrime is again very important, because whether we like it or not, this smartphone, this internet, this ATM, everything we are that into the virtual world. We are living in the one in the physical world, and another is virtual world. Which, whether we like it or not, we have to, is the reality of this century. I'll be sharing my slide. The topic given to me is cyber fraud. I'll be speaking on the awareness of cybercrime that cyber fraud will also be covered in that one. And this is the presentation that we usually go and give to school and colleges. And I would like to, all of you to hear this various modus operandi, the various type of crime that are happening in our state. And you become a cyber volunteer to propagate this thing, this awareness talk to your family, to your friends, and other. Why cybercrime? Cybercrime is important. Is in this century, as I said, it's a one of the most happening. That virtual world crime is happening in this is this because we are living in that virtual world. Out of this 24-hour, some 5-6 hour minimum, we are in the virtual world. We are using WhatsApp, we are using Facebook, we are searching Google search. All those things we are living in the virtual world. And what is cybercrime? Cybercrime, though, in the cybercrime is governed by the act which govern is Indian Information Technology Act 2000. But in that act also, cybercrime is not purely defined. But in common parlance, we can say cybercrime is a crime which is committed by using computer or computer network resources. And so, India is the second largest internet users in the world, and this explains why cybercrime is becoming very important in our country. And we can see from the NCRB statistics also, the cybercrime is increasing manifold. And then we also see that in the during this COVID period, when a lot of people are staying indoor and depending mostly on the mobile phone and internet, Facebook and all those things, we all in Manipur also, we also see a increased rate of cybercrime being committed, be that a financial fraud or a social media crime. And what we see is what I saw in the slide is statistics of the India. The motives are mainly financial.
No, we are conducting a webinar. The department is organizing a webinar.
45% of the motives are financial gain. Likewise, in Manipur, cybercrime also, most of the crime that are being reported are related to financial crime. Cybercrime can be divided into 3 types: cybercrime against property, nation, against property, against persons. And cybercrime against nation is attack against financial institutions like attack on SBI or RBI or nuclear power plant, air control facilities. These are the financial terrorism which are defined under section 66 F of IT Act. And Manipur police doesn't have any such experience, doesn't experience any such crime till now. Second, this is one of the second most reported crime in the Manipur. Cybercrime against persons. These are related to social media, internet crime, where you're this one you're for people trying to defame you, to outrage your modesty, and all those things. In social media, when we are speaking, when we are interacting with one person, we are interacting only with the persons. We are interacting with the persons which we thought it is, because he may be showing some photos on his or her social media account, but the real persons behind may be different. For example, 40 years old male may open a fake Facebook account with user ID sweet girl 18 years. Then a lot of boys, a lot of male will talk with that fake Facebook accounts, thinking that social media account is used by one sweet girl who is 18 years only. But in reality, the real person behind maybe some 35 years old male. For example, we have one case where a school-going girl from Manipur is chatting with one person from Philippines, thinking that that person is also of our age. And they were chatting, and then they were even sharing intimate pictures and all those things. But later on, when the girl didn't want to continue that conversation, then the other person started blackmailing her, saying that he will share her private pictures to her Facebook friend and all those things. Then at the time when that case come to us, and when we investigate, the real persons behind is not from Philippines, it's from Bangladesh, who is an as at some 40 years male. So we should be very conscious what we share on internet, what we whom we talk to. So we need to know whom to connect with. So we need to be very conscious of whom we talk to in the internet, and we also need to know what to click, because that picture or video that we share, and thinking that the other person may delete that picture after seeing it, or after as you requested the other person to delete it, and the other person will delete it. It may not happen, and once it is circulated on the internet, it is said that it never get deleted, it only gets circulated. Even if it died down, then after 3-4 years that video, that photo can get circulated. So it's always we should be always conscious of what we click, what we share on the internet. Another problem that we face in cybercrime police station is sharing of password of a social media account. What we have experienced is this one, boyfriend girlfriend problems. Boyfriend will normally create their girlfriend their Facebook account, or girlfriend will share her Facebook password to the boyfriend, just to it's a show of trust, just to show that they trusted this other, they share their password. And then when the relationship turns short, when the relation broke up, then the other person might misuse it. And in some cases, what we find is some people, they keep their password very simple. For example, they keep their mother name or father name as their password. And so some of the friends, by chance, while trying, they hack the other person's Facebook account. We have experienced that thing in one high school, one girl who is studying in class 9. Her Facebook account was used to insult teacher. In that Facebook account, some bad word were written about her high school teacher. And then the high school teacher called her parent and asked her why they are doing that one. And then the girl confessed that she didn't do that one. Somebody may be using that this thing. And then when that case come to us, when we asked the girl, then yeah, the girl said that she never shared her password, and hacking they said that her Facebook account is hacked, but hacking a Facebook account is very difficult. And then when they come to us, and then when we talk to the girl whom did she share her password, she never shared her password to anyone. But later it turned out that she keep her password in her mother name only. And then when we caught the real culprit, he said that just by out of curiosity, he was trying that girl's forget password and all those things. And then he try her mother name. And then just by luck, he got to log into that girl's account. That's why we need to keep our password confidential, as well as we need to keep our password complicated. Then another thing is sharing private picture and video. This is very common problem that we are facing in our cybercrime PS. Girlfriend and boyfriend, they usually share their intimate pictures, what we have experienced. And then when the relationship turns short, and then when that girl ex-girlfriend have another new boyfriend, then just for revenge, they usually post that the disgruntled boyfriend post the intimate pictures, the private pictures of the girl. So, and then sometime what we have found is also a girl speaking to communicate with an unknown Facebook request, Facebook user, which she had never met in a physical life. And then they started chatting, and then she started sharing private pictures to that persons. Once she shared her private pictures to that unknown Facebook user. Then the unknown Facebook users make it viral. A lot of such things are happening in Manipur. So the best thing is we should never share our private picture, private video to anyone, even to our close friend also, because we never know when it will get viral. And this thing, when once you share it, it never get deleted. And nowadays we have the habit of this one playing online game, and then while playing online game there is a, while chatting on that one, that cyber criminal, they are using this online game to groom kids child. What they do in one case is a cyber criminal communicate while playing with online game with one children. He shares some point system, or he gives a power that diamond and all those things to that kid. And then that kid, that child, while communicating this one, he even has shared our mother pictures to the online gamer. Then the online gamer also send that kid pornographic pictures and all those things. So such thing happens. So when uh, young kids are playing online game, we should be very cautious, and we should keep a watch on them, what they are playing, and what to whom they are communicating, and all those things. Another thing is surfing of pornography. While surfing of pornography, we have the pornography. They are the most some cases a lot of virus malware are available, are there, and then when people download the video, or when they surf them, then their mobile phone get infected. They get infected with malware or ransomware and all those things. It happened. So we should be very cautious while surfing a known website. And then child pornography is another form of crime where even surfing is also a criminal case. And while this one using Facebook and all those things, we have experienced cases where young boy and girl who are minors share their private pictures. And then we need to know that Facebook, they constantly monitor child pornographic material, and such report, they come to us. And it's not they send it to the NCRB send it to the concerned police station, concerned state, and all those things. And so Cybercrime Police Station Manipur is receiving data from Facebook through NCRB periodically of who send child pornography material in either in Facebook or WhatsApp or any other social media form. They are being constantly monitored. Some of the caution that we need to exercise is most of our phone, they are linked with phone number, they are linked with a social media account and Facebook account, WhatsApp account. What we do is some people, they have the habit of changing their phone number constantly. When they change their phone number, then they forget to change the phone number linked with their Facebook or WhatsApp. What you do is now phone number, when you didn't use it for your phone number for 3 months, then your phone number will get deactivated, and it can be assigned to anyone in the India. Not only in Manipur, it can be assigned to any other persons staying anywhere in India. And when that person's new persons got that phone number, And when he try to open the Facebook account or WhatsApp account, then he can take over all your Facebook account and WhatsApp account. And if that other person has a criminal mind, then he can misuse your Facebook or social media account. So when we are changing our phone number, we should be very cautious and we should change the phone number that is linked with our social media account. And we should not never post hurtful comment or message. And then in social media, we are getting a lot of fake news, a lot of news that which are not true. So whenever before we click the button forward, we should be cautious and we should check it whether that news is true or not. We should not just randomly forward the news, because at some time it can create a big problem. For example, even if just there is one case where a child, where a class 9 student, he was not going to school that day because he has some personal work of his family. And so what he did is he sent that a message to his friend that today school is closed, and then there will be no class are all canceled, this and that. Then that message get forwarded. He sent that message just to tease his friend, but that message get forwarded, and then the class 11 and 12 student who are having a practical exam that day, very few students turn up in the exam. And then when the teachers got worried, and then when they found that very few students are coming because of that news, fake news, then they complained to us. So the thing is, before just clicking the forward button, we should read that news and check its veracity. And that child pornography, we should never browse, we should never send, even if you get it, ask the person not to send it, and then not to forward it, because it is very, very constantly monitored. And then etiquette is very important. While we are a child, we have studied moral science, where we were taught what is good, what is bad, and all those things. But in the virtual world, a lot of people, they don't know etiquettes. They don't know how to behave, how to write, how to talk in a virtual world. For example, that abusive word, that abusive, and then that vulgar word that you write on social media, we cannot just stand in front of our class and say that thing, but we are writing in social media, and social media is a thing where a lot of people will be seeing that one, and we feel hidden behind that social media account. And this thing we need to taught. And then some people, they have the habit of creating a fake Facebook account just for fun. They are creating a fake Facebook account of their friend, and others just for fun. But the thing is, even that creating, even if it is a fun, but it's an illegal thing. Creating a fake Facebook account can attract that 6C identity theft of some, and then it can land you in jail for 3 years with a fine. We can, when we break some law, we can claim that we claim our ignorance and say that I didn't know that law, because the law, even if you know it or not, if you are staying in the country, then you need to know the law of the land. So we should be very conscious, and we need to know what are the laws of the land. And then we need, just like the thing that are in the physical world, there are a lot of things that are almost same thing. They are illegal in the virtual world also. Cyber fraud or cybercrime against property. This is the most reported cybercrime in our country, and in Manipur also. I'll be talking about the various modus operandi that the cyber criminal use, and then that what we are receiving in our cybercrime police stations, because these are all live cases that I'll be taking in these presentations. We need to know the various modus operandi. We need to be aware of what kind of trick that a fraudster will be using to trick us to get our hard-earned money. because all our money are in the bank, which are online, and fraudster will do one way or other to trick us to know our confidential and then take our money. First is KYC verification fraud. Some of you might even have got this similar kind of message. Dear customer, your Vodafone KYC verification is pending, and you for further inquiry, you need to call this number. When you call this number, and it can be either this one bank verifications or mobile wallet verifications also. So it can be any verifications, KYC verification. When you call this number, then they will ask you to share your either OTP or your confidential like bank card number, your CVV number, and all those things. And sometimes what they do is during these verifications, they may ask you to install team viewing app, for example, that team viewer apps or that quick support app, all those things are on your mobile phone. And sometimes they may ask you to install SMS forwarder app. What they do, once you forward that, install that thing, they will be controlling, they will be seeing whatever is there on your screen, and then they will capture everything, and then using your confidential banking credential, they will log in to your account, and then they will take money from your account. So we should be very cautious. If you feel that your KYC need to be verified or your bank KYC need to be verified, then yeah, it's always better to visit your bank branch, or and if not for mobile verification and all those things, it's always better to call the customer care directly, not take the call which you get from them, because the phone number the number which you are getting and imitating as a bank employee or a bank manager, in maybe a fraudster. They act as a bank manager, mobile phone service provider, and then they will tell you that your bank account need to be KYC verified, or your the account need to be verified properly within the, and if you don't verify it within the 1-2 hours, then all your money will be confiscated and it will be deposited in the government account. It will they will try to scare you and make you reveal your OTP or reveal your banking credential to them. Duplicate Facebook account. Nowadays we are getting a lot of such cases where duplicate fake account are being created. Same username, same profile photos are being created, and then they will send distress message to your Facebook friend asking that you are in the hospital, or your relatives is in the hospital and you need money immediately, urgently, and to send money 10,000. They will ask for small amount like 10,000, 5,000. They will ask your Facebook friend to send money to their bank account, and bank account or mobile wallet they will give. And here a lot of people they believe them, and then they send money to the fake Facebook account, to the fake Facebook account holder. When you get any such message, what you need to do is contact the persons immediately through mobile phone, and then verify whether he himself is in trouble or he need that money or not. And then another thing which we have experienced in such cases is that even though we are from Manipur, and then the other persons, even if normally write in Meitei Loan or your dialect, this one they will in here they will either use Hindi or English, and English also most of them they are very grammatically wrong English. Then so when you get when you talk to previously when you talk to your friend through Meitei Loan or something else, then and if the person is asking money either only in English and Hindi, and if you are even when you are writing in Manipuri, but he is responding back either in Hindi or English, then again we need at that time we need to be suspicious whether that person is a fake or Facebook or real persons. And the even your this one, the other, your friend may be very maybe this one educated one, so he may not commit a very minor he may not commit a big blunder in English, but here this fraudster, when they write the English, they will make a lot of grammatical mistake, a lot of spelling mistake, and all those things. So we need to be very observant of such a mistake. And if any of your fake friend, or if your Facebook account Facebook account is created and asking money to other, then what you need to do is you need to report to the Facebook directly. First, save the screenshot of asking money and all those things to report to the police. Then after that, tell 5-10 of your Facebook friend to report to Facebook, and you yourself, the person himself, need to report to the Facebook by clicking on the 3 dots and then report. And there, when you click on the 3 dots against the fake Facebook profile, then there will be report profile. Then through that one, you can report to the Facebook account, Facebook. And Facebook normally, from our experience, they close the account within 10-15 minutes. Another time is there are people just to take small money like 5,000, 10,000. There are a lot of fake loan app available in the Google Play. A lot of apps have been removed, but there are a lot of such fake apps which are flourishing in the Google Play Store. So we need to be aware of such a thing, because all of them are scam and they are trying to harass you and rob you of your hard-earned money. And job fraud, as many of you will be, after the completion of your education, you will be applying for a job through naukris.com, monster.com. There are a lot of online job portal where you will apply. And when you get the email, when you get call from private companies wanting you to hire you, you should be very cautious of all those things. There are cases where they conduct HR interview, then personality test interview through phone and through online. They even conducted the online test and all those things. Everything seems to be perfect, but after that they will send you that they will send you the job offer form and all those things. Then when you pay, then they will, after that they will ask for the processing fee, examination fee, and all those things. And once you pay the fee, they will increase the amount, and then they will increase the amount and rob you of your hard-earned money. And in such cases, what you need to be aware of is when you get a message, email from a private company. Most of the private company, for example, you say TCS, can be. When you get that message email from them, their domain and that email will be at the rate of tcs.com or something will be there. But what this fraudster they will be using is manager_tcs@gmail.com. They will be using the normal email service provider like Gmail, Rediff, Hotmail, all those things. So when you get a message from such from such a domain, then you should be aware of whether it is fake or not. And then another thing is what we experience is all those job letters, and then that email that they send, there are a lot of grammatical mistake, there are a lot of error, spelling mistake in the letter. So big companies, they will never make such a such mistake. And grammatical mistake is not as a minor mistake, it will be a very big mistake where you can easily make out. And then they may even send you the scan copies where you have to sign all those things. And then when you observe closely, the manager signature, then the CEO signature, and the HR manager signature, they almost will be the same, even though the name may be different. And then in that, when you get that approval letters or email scan letter from them, in the headers, they will give the email address like HR manager@tcs.in. But when you get the email, you will be getting it from some other email. So you need to be very observant of all those things. ATM fraud. ATM fraud is also another kind of fraud which even in Manipur we have experienced some cases, and which we have where we have arrested people coming from the mainland India, from Delhi. 3 people were even arrested. And in this ATM fraud, what we need to be aware of is there are 2 things that we need to be very we need to keep confidential. One is the magnetic strip information, which is there is at the end of the, at the back of the ATM card, there is one magnetic strip, and that magnetic strip contain our ATM card information. And if the ATM, if fraudster take informations using scammer, then another thing is the 4-digit ATM PIN number. That's the second most important thing. If the ATM fraudster obtain our magnetic information and then that 4-digit information, then they can easily get money. They can easily withdraw money from our ATM. So what the fraudster do is I will either insert an ATM skimming machine in the card slot, or they may try to help you and then get your card physically from you to scan it through a small handheld device, skimming device, which they can in their hand, and it's very small. Then they will skim it through that handheld device, and then after that, when they get the magnetic strip information, then they will get your PIN number by soldier surfing you or installing a cameras, hidden camera in the ATM machines to get that thing. So when we go to the ATM, we need to keep those 2 things confidential, that magnetic strip and the ATM PIN. That's why it's always said that when you type in your 4-digit PIN number, when you type in your 4-digit PIN number, you should cover it with your hand. You should cover your that skimming device. We can't do anything. We when we if they skim it, we can't do anything, but we can prevent fraudster from seeing the PIN digit. And another thing that we need to do is to prevent the skimming of our magnetic strip, that the ATM card. When you go to the PIN, when you go to the ATM machine, wiggle that card slot. If it is loose or something, then don't use that ATM machine, because the ATM that card slot may have some other fake card reader inserted in it, or if it is something there is some sticky substance there, or if that card slot is a little way bigger or out of the place, then you should not use that machine if you are not sure. So these 2 things you need to be very sure of. You need to aware of that thing. Then nowadays we are doing a lot of buying, sellings in Manipur. Also, there are a lot of entrepreneurs who are selling their things in OLX or through Facebook or all those things. Then, and even there are a lot of people who buy things through OLX. When you buy things or sell things through OLX, you need to be very cautious of this thing. There are 2 things that we need to know of. That all those things, this buying of this fraudster, whenever the fraudster use try to scam us, they will use a mobile wallet. They will not ask for our bank account, or even if you insist on paying by bank account, they will not do that one. They will insist on doing that mobile wallet only, because in mobile wallet there are 2 features. One is you can send money to them. Another feature is you can request money to them. That is, for example, a person, for example, you are an entrepreneur and you are selling soap. Then it's a real case. You are selling soap, and then an army man will contact you, and he will say that he is posted in airport army camp or Langzing CRPF camp, and then he want to buy your soap in bulk, and it will be in bulk of some 70,000, 80,000, and all those things. And then he will say that he will pay the money online through mobile wallet. Then he will ask for your Google. Even if you insist on paying through mobile bank account, they will not agree that one. Then yeah, he will ask you, if you don't have, then you ask some of your friend who have the mobile wallet to give the mobile wallet. And when you give the mobile wallet, either what they will do is they will send you a QR code to scan and ask you to scan it. And once you scan it, then the money will be deducted from your account. Or they may send you an request money request. Yeah, request money is something where you when you click on that, when you get you send that request money, there will be two options. There will be two options where there will be pay option and decline option. But the other person at the person at the other end, that is the fraudster, he will show you that he is in a very he is in very this one has, and then he need to do that transaction very soon, so and ask you to click on the right side or left side, which is the pay button. Then without thinking much, you will click on the pay button. Then yeah, money will be deducted from your bank account. What you need to be aware of this is when when you are giving the mobile wallet mobile number, and you even pay on the click on the pay button, you need to enter your UPI PIN ID. UPI PIN ID, therefore this PIN number is required whenever you need to give money, whenever money will be deducted from your account. You need to know that one. So even if the whenever you even if you click the pay button and UPI ID is required, then you need to be aware that money will be deducted from your account. So that's a black point. You need to be cautious of all those things. And this OLX, there are a lot of fraud where army men selling army men posted in airport or Langsing camp. They are now transferred outside Manipur, and then they need to sell their vehicle at a very cheap rate. And a lot of people become victim of this one. Instead of seeing going there to directly to the army camp and see the vehicle, what they will do is they will see the vehicle only through WhatsApp. They will send the picture only, and then they will send the money. And then a lot of big persons have become victim of these cases. Another thing is nowadays we do a lot of online shopping, online ticket booking, and all those things. So during using online service, whenever we encounter any problem, for example, during ticket cancellations or doing some Amazon, when you buy something from Amazon or Flipkart and you have some problem or payment, and then when you need to do call the customer care, always go to that app or that website and search for that customer care number, and never go to the Google. Never Google for the customer care number, because in Google, when you do Amazon, Google Amazon website number, customer care number, then there will be a problem of hitting the fraudster. So never search customer care number from Google. Always go to the website or the app, and if you need to talk to the customer care. Mobile tower installation fraud is another fraud which were prevalent in 2017-18. Nowadays we didn't get much such cases, but here the thing is, the fraudster, they will call you and ask you if you have a LAN, and then if you if you will and ask you if you are interested in installing mobile tower, which will fetch you a lot of money in term of rental, and then others security and all those things. Then it's always better to confirm it by going to the mobile service provider directly. There are a lot of fraud going on in these cases. And now this is a recent fraud. There are a lot of investment app fraud. where there are a lot of apps in the Google Play Store where they ask you to invest money, and then they will pay you in the money in monthly or weekly basis, and where you can double your money in a small period of some 5-6 months or 1 year. And all there are a lot of such fraud app in a Google Store, so be aware of such cases. An expensive gift fraud is one of the fraud where people have lost maximum amount of money. There are cases in Manipur where some people, they have lost some 1.2 crore rupees in this kind of fraud. In this kind of fraud, and the victim will be either male or female. Both male or female have become a victim of this one. They will what they will do is first, unknown. If you are a male, then unknown female will foreigner, mostly they pretend to be a person from the UK, and they will send you a Facebook friend request. You will chat it, you will chat, and then you will talk to that person through Facebook for some time, and then you will share your mobile number. They will give you +44 digit mobile number, and it will make you believe that the other person is actually residing in UK. Then you will make you will talk to each other. You will get they will gain your confidence. Once he gain your confidence, then they will say that I'll be sending you some expensive gift, and then that gift will be in some crore, 1-2 crore or something. And then after saying that, he will send you some pictures of the gift that he sent and all those things. Then you will get phone call from the custom department of Delhi airport or Mumbai airport saying that a gift parcel in your name have come, and then you need to pay 30,000, 40,000 custom duty. Once you pay that custom duty, then the person from RBI or anti-money laundering squad will call you saying that there is a big money to the tune of 80 lakhs or 1 crore in the parcel, and you need to pay the anti-money laundering tax. Or then so in this way, they will on one pretext or the other, they will they will ask you to pay the money for different kind of taxes, and you will be losing money in the 50,000, 50 lakhs, 60 lakhs. In some cases, what we have experienced is 1.2 crore, highest in Manipur. So this is one of the fraud where people have lost a lot of money. And this is also the most prevalent cybercrime happening in Manipur nowadays, happening in India nowadays. And gangster operating are mostly from the Jamtara, Jharkhand area and the eastern UP, Rajasthan, Haryana area. What it will do is first you will get unknown Facebook friend request from a beautiful lady. Facebook friend request. Then once you started chatting with her, then they will ask you to share your mobile number. Once you share your WhatsApp mobile number, then after chatting for some time, she will make a WhatsApp video call to you, and then at the other end she will be showing her private part or the thing and ask you to do the same. And once you do that one, they will record you, and then they will start blackmailing you, saying that unless you want to send this video to your friend or this or that, then you need to give this much money or that much money to us. So if you become a victim of this such kind of fraud, please visit cybercrime PS immediately and never give any money to them, because even if you give money, once you started giving money, they will keep on asking you money, and they will never delete such video. This remote access app, there are a lot of remote access apps which are being misused by the fraudster, and then they will some way or the other ask you to install this app, and then they will use such app to take out money from your bank account. Spoof email, sending off spoof email to steal your credential and all those things, and bank account what this one, there are cases from Manipur University, also some fake fraudster imitated as a vice chancellor of the Manipur University and send email to our other staff, asking for money in the form of Amazon gift card. But luckily from Manipur, we didn't have anyone who have paid any money. But we have there is one cases from there is one Manipuri guy who is a associate professor in Noida, in one university in Noida, and he got that mail, and then he had sent money to the fraudster through Amazon Pay. Even in that case of when we investigate that case, it's most of the fraudster, they are from Nigeria. That case from Manipur University, where the fake account, where the unknown persons was imitating as the vice chancellor, that email was originating from Nigeria also. And then this is an international crime. And then in that Noida case, money was in case in Paris. So there are a lot. It's an international crime where international players are involved, to go on people. So whenever you get any message or email asking money or to pay money to send some money from your superior officer or high-ranking officer, we should never believe such thing. We should first confirm with the real physical sender. And clicking on unknown link is very dangerous. It can there are a lot of cases where their account were hacked, and then they are extorting money from the person's real account, from the person's in case if they want the money back, then account back, then to give them some money. And never believe on the cheap goods sell on the internet that are sent through WhatsApp and all those things. And this certificate, this lottery thing is a real letter which we get in Manipur. One person's one complainant, what he got is he got this certificate physically through letter. And then out of curiosity, he came to us to verify this one. And even if you get this letter, not through WhatsApp or email, but even if you get this letter physically, never believe such thing. It's always better to verify before giving any money to them. And word of caution is always got your ATM PIN number, card number, CVV number, and all those things, and IPIN, user ID. And what to do if you are victim of this one? Then you need to get a transaction statement, then the first 6 digits and last 4 digits of your ATM card, then the transactions SMS, and report it to the cybercrime immediately. There are a few things that I want to say about the social media uses. A lot of security setting available in the Facebook. Please go through all of them. As I have a paucity of time, I am running through. And so these are very important because this will make your account secure. Privacy setting, we need to be very cautious of this one, because whatever we post on the social media, it may not be meant for everybody, anyone on the internet. It's for only for the friend. You can share it only to your friend or your known persons. If you find any objectionable post which you didn't like, then it's better always best to report it to the Facebook or Twitter. This is a Twitter account to post it to the report it to the Twitter. And then WhatsApp, we should never give the phone numbers unless it's required. Thank you.
Thank you.
Thank you, sir.
Thank you.
So any question from the participant? No one.
No one. What?
No one has asked question now. For the past, there's lots of questions.
Check the chat box also.
No, I'm checking.
Chat box.
No.
Is it true that 4-digit penny press reversely sent? We should not believe such information that are circulated through internet. We should clarify. You can. There are a lot of fact-checking website in the internet. Check that such information in the internet. You will be getting that information is fake or not. A lot of fake information are being circulated, so you should not blindly believe anything that is being circulated. I think that's the only questions written there in the chat box.
So should we?
Shall we go forward?
Yes. I think we
Yes.
can.
Thank you, sir. Sir John Nimamon, for making us aware of the various cyber crimes happening in Manipur and in India. Now coming to the end of this webinar, I request respected Madam Dr. H. Mamata Devi, Head of Department of Computer Science, Manipur University, and the Organizing Secretary and Coordinator of this webinar, to kindly give vote of thanks. Over to you, ma'am.
Thank you, Mangalima. So, good evening, respected professors, distinguished invitees, resource persons, participants, colleagues, ladies and gentlemen. I, on behalf of the organizing committee, would like to thank Professor N. Lokendra Singh, Honorable Vice Chancellor, Manipur University, for his valuable advices for making this webinar a success. And our grateful thanks go to Professor W. Chan Babu Singh, Registrar Manipur University, for giving inaugural speech by sparing his valuable time in spite of his hectic administrative work. Our special thanks are due to Professor K. Jugindra Singh, Dean, School of Mathematical and Physical Sciences, MU, Manipur University, for giving valuable advices and encouragement. Our grateful thanks go to all the resource persons. Dr. Nazrul Haq, Assistant Professor, Department of Computer Science, Manipur University. Dr. Y. Premananda, Head of Department of Law, Manipur University. Dingombam Zone, Additional SP, CID, Crime Branch, for giving inspiring lectures about cybersecurity and providing an opportunity to students, research professionals, and faculty members to interact closely. And we extend our thanks to the moderator of today's webinar, Dr. Rupachandra Singh, Assistant Professor, Department of Computer Science. We also we extend our thanks to our Manipur University administration for their prompt official work, the organizing staff, and those who are helping this webinar to have our gratitude and thanks. So lastly, I thank you all once again for your excellent cooperation, and this webinar will remember everybody's sharing its success. Thank you once again. Okay, and another one is the e-certificate will be sent to all the participants and within this week. Okay. Now